लोकल गांव वालों ने कहीं म्यूजिकल पार्टी रखी थी, इसमें था। मैं तो कहीं गया ही नहीं, मैं तो लेट गया था लगभग आई थिंक 9:30 पौने 10 बजे, तब तो कुछ था ही नहीं।
तो ये जो अभी हो रहा है, ये जो अभी डांस हो रहा है, ये कहाँ पे हो रहा है ये?
नहीं, वो हमारा मत क्षेत्र में दावोल गांव करके है, वहीं सब लोगों ने म्यूजिकल पार्टी बुलाई थी। हेलो, और मैं तो गया ही नहीं, मैं वही हूँ पर नहीं, मैं लास्ट मोमेंट में गया था। मैं तो वही हूँ, है ही नहीं मैं।
लेकिन ये जो पीछे लगे हुए हैं, जो पोस्टर्स लगे हुए हैं, कांग्रेस के पोस्टर्स लगे हुए हैं वहां पे, कांग्रेस के पोस्टर्स क्यों लगे हुए हैं वहां पे? अगर ये रैली नहीं थी कांग्रेस की, तो कांग्रेस के पोस्टर्स क्यों लगे हुए हैं? परमार जी, all right, so we were asking some direct questions to Rajendra Parmar of the Congress candidate. We are asking him direct questions. He's saying that he came late to the venue, but we can see Congress posters very, very clearly there in the background as dancers are dancing there at a rally venue just before the second phase of elections in Gujarat. It's time for a very short break, viewers. We continue to be live and breaking this Saturday. Now, as the Padma Award insult gets bigger, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party rise to President Murmu. A blast reported at TMC leader's house in the East Midnapur district of West Bengal. BJP alleges TMC leader was making bombs. Stay tuned.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken.
Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunyas sloganings have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Viewers, the Delhi court extends by 4 days the NIA remand of gangster Lawrence Bishnoi in connection with the Sidhu Moosewala murder case. Bishnoi was produced before the court through video conference today at the end of his 10-day remand. So right now, viewers, at the big breaking, Lawrence Bishnoi's custody has now been extended, viewers. And this is in connection with the Sidhu Moosewala murder case. Sidhu Moosewala, he was an artist and he was murdered in broad daylight. Right now, viewers, we're getting top updates about Lawrence Bishnoi's remand. And let's go to, we are being joined right now by Amandeep on the phone line. Amandeep, take us through the details that we are getting right now. NI remand of Bishnoi has been extended. And how is the case standing at this point of time?
Well, absolutely. Basically, the investigation of the NIA in the terror links as well as the Sidhu Moosewala case has not been concluded so far. Though NIA has conducted 3 rounds of raids in Punjab at several gangsters' residences, including Goldie Barar, including Lawrence Bishnoi's network also. But so far, the investigation has not been concluded. NIA has still yet to break down the nexus of this entire Bishnoi gang, and that is the reason the remand has been extended. Earlier, NIA has taken Lawrence Bishnoi into the custody from Bathinda jail and for 9 days. And now the remand has also been extended just because investigation with the Lawrence Bishnoi is still pending. Lawrence Bishnoi Shivanki is the one who actually is the pivotal point of this entire gang. The killing of Sidhu Moosewala, even the several attacks of the Sudhir Suri, as well as the Dera follower was killed, Goldie Barar and Lawrence Bishnoi, they both are the one who were running this nexus between the terrorists as well as the gangsters. And Lawrence Bishnoi is the one who was currently sitting in the jail, but still he was able to operate the network before he was taken into the custody by NIA. And that is the reason. NIA want all kind of details regarding the people who are connected with this gangster terror network, how they are receiving the funds, who are their handlers in the Pakistan or in other countries, just because they are just following the directions after receiving the funds and the guns as well as the drugs also. So that is the reason. This basically narco-terror link was still is a mystery with the Lawrence Bishnoi. The gang is actually very much expanded on the grounds of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan. And even NIA wanted to know how these gangs was being utilized by these terrorists to establish their agenda, especially the pro-Khalistani agenda. So that is the reason. And on these grounds, this remand has been extended to the NIA. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Lawrence Bishnoi's custody has been extended, viewers, in connection with Sidhu Moosewala murder case. That's what Amandeep is getting for us. And Amandeep, keep us ahead on this story as the probe continues into Sidhu Moosewala murder case. Let's move ahead now, and we're getting some exclusive visuals and details coming in from inside the JNU campus. In fact, my colleague Madhurima has done an interview at this point of time. We'll play that out for our viewers. Remember, the anti-Brahmin slogans on JNU campus was sparked a row ahead of MCD polls, but the BJP has been demanding action. So viewers, right now, Professor whose office was defaced has spoken to Republic. Anti-Brahmin graffiti controversy is getting bigger and bigger. And like we were telling you, viewers, JNU campus was defaced with casteist and anti-Hindu hate slogans. Let's, in fact, go ahead and play out that conversation that my colleague Madhurima Mishra has had with a JNU professor whose office was defaced. Let's speak to him. In fact, Madhurima spoke to him a short while back. Let's play that out.
आरएसएस से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, संघ से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, उनको टारगेट किया गया है। ये वामपंथ के जो लोग हैं वो हमेशा से एकांगी रहे हैं। जो उनका विचार है, उस विचार को यदि आपने माना तो आप उनके लिए अच्छे हैं, नहीं तो आप उनके लिए बुरे हैं, है ना। इसी का परिणाम है कि जब आरएसएस के लोगों का प्रभाव केरल में बढ़ता है तो केरल में बहुत हिंसक घटनाएं होती हैं, बहुत सारे कार्यकर्ताओं को मारा जाता है। यही कारण है कि बंगाल में जब भाजपा या आरएसएस की शाखाओं की संख्या बढ़ती है, उसके कार्यकर्ता बढ़ते हैं, तो वहाँ पर भी हत्याएं होती हैं, है ना। वही कारण है जेएनयू के अंदर भी। जेएनयू हमेशा से गढ़ रहा है वामपंथियों का, वामपंथी विचार का यहाँ प्रभाव रहा है। अब कहीं ना कहीं उसकी धार जो है कमज़ोर पड़ रही है, और हम जैसे लोग जो संघ के स्वयंसेवक भी हैं और साथ साथ एकेडमिकली भी अपना एक बड़ा नाम रखते हैं, तो हम लोगों से ज़्यादा उनको तकलीफ है, क्योंकि एक डिस्कोर्स सेट करना है।
क्या संदेश देना चाहते हैं वो ऐसा लिख के? क्या कोई इसके ये जो जब ये लिखा गया, क्या उसके बाद किसी को क्या सामने लाया? क्या एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या कह रहा है?
नहीं, प्रशासन ने तो, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन तो अपना काम कर रहा है। हमने ट्वीट किया, जैसे ही हमने देखा मैंने ट्वीट किया और जेएनयू को टैग किया। उसके बाद जेएनयू ने तुरंत उस पर एक्शन लिया और सिक्योरिटी यहाँ भेजी, मुझसे भी बात करी, वीडियोग्राफी भी हुई, सारी चीज़ें हुई। तो प्रशासन अपना काम कर रहा है। वाइस चांसलर मैम भी कल घूम करके गई यहाँ पूरा SIS में, SL में, SL2 में गई हैं, तीनों जगह वो जा करके देख करके आई हैं क्या क्या लिखा है उन्होंने, है ना। तो वो सब चीज़ें तो हो रही हैं, लेकिन देखिए मैम, ये मानसिकता का कारण है कि अभी फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स आ रहे हैं जेएनयू के अंदर केवल अटेंशन लेने के लिए, एक अटेंशन मिले लेफ्ट के लोगों को कि लेफ्ट भी यहाँ है, क्योंकि पिछले कई वर्षों से लेफ्ट का कुछ भी यहाँ पर है नहीं, क्योंकि जेएनयू को भी रिकग्निशन नहीं मिली हुई और तमाम सारी चीज़ें हैं। तो इसलिए वो एक इम्पोर्टेंस लेने के लिए इन फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स के बीच में उन्होंने ये सारे काम करे। और
Viewers, so the professor whose office was defaced was speaking to my colleague Madhuri Mishra, where in a shocking incident, remember, the building walls of the JNU campus were defaced with slogans against the Brahmins as well, and the School of the International Studies was vandalized and defaced with anti-Brahmin slogans. So on that note, we're taking a very short break. We continue to be live and breaking here on Republic TV.
Pakistan, that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban, and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam. Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadha that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken.
Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड। कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Viewers, we have breaking news coming in from Hyderabad, where the Hyderabad University has suspended the professor who is accused of molesting and outraging the modesty of a foreign student. We had seen how the students had been protesting there outside the university's gates, and there was a large protest demanding justice and demanding action in the matter. Now, the action, at least from the university side, appears to have been initiated. Whether or not there will go further in this remains to be seen, but the professor who is accused of molestation has been suspended. We have Samiksha joining us from the newsroom for more details on this. Samiksha, over to you. Tell us what is the action that's been taken.
Well, Ankit, to begin with, yes, the action has been taken. The professor has now been suspended by the university. But the question here being that why such a situation did arise when the student who'd come from outside, who'd come from Thailand to study in the University of Hyderabad, was molested and sexually assaulted as well. In fact, this is the order copy that has been issued by the University of Hyderabad, which states that a case against Professor Ravi Ranjan, Department of Hindi, School of Humanities, in respect to a criminal offence is under investigation, and that case has also been registered against these sections with the Gachibowli police station. Now, therefore, the undersigned, in exercise of the powers conferred by the University of Hyderabad, says that the professor has been suspended with immediate effect. Now, what we are given to understand that this incident came to light last night. There were students who really protested against this. What we are also given to understand is that even as the student who had come from Thailand to study in this particular university had flagged these concerns, had stated that how she was subjected to this assault by the university professor, no action was taken by the university, and only after there was a chorus growing for justice for the student, this university students also staged protest for this particular victim. Only then the action has been initiated. The complaint, of course, was registered by the victim early this morning, following which the university seems to have taken a stand. But also important to note here that this incident comes days after that another incident came to light, where another such incident in which a student was harassed to a point that he also sustained injuries. So yes, a lot that the officials have to answer, especially these university professionals, because clearly they've been having a free run, and the student who was assaulted by the university professor.
Absolutely. So the suspension of the professor from Hyderabad University is the step that has been taken that Samiksha just told us about. We'll get you more updates on this. I thank her for joining us. We are tracking this very closely. And also, viewers, we are getting another piece of breaking news, which is the headmistress of the government primary school in Erode in Tamil Nadu, who had allegedly forced class 4 students to clean the toilets and clean the pipes there, students belonging to the scheduled caste. She has now been arrested and has been taken to the local court for her remand hearing. This is 2 days after Republic had highlighted how in this shocking incident that had taken place at a primary government school in Tamil Nadu, a headmistress had been forcing the scheduled caste class 4 students to clean the premises toilets and the pipes with their bare hands. She had made a practice of this. We have Varshini now joining us. Varshini, what is the action that has been taken against this headmistress over this atrocious act of hers that she had been making the students do? Tell us more.
Well, Ankit, if you see, this is definitely a huge allegation that had come up against her, because 4th grade and 5th grade kids have been forced to clean the toilets, clean the water tanks, and they were also asked to do menial chores of hers, such as going to the nearby shop to fetch her snacks, and also by washing her used tea glasses that she drank from. And these were all done. She was asking all these kind of things to be done only by the students belonging to the SC community from a particular colony in that area called Indranagar. This Indranagar colony is completely filled with people from this particular community, and she has targeted these kids who've been studying in her class in 4th and 5th grade to clean the toilets with bleaching powder with the kids' hands. After the police conducted investigations, the police also was able to give us information about how they found blemishes and blisters on the hands of the children, and also after one kid being diagnosed with dengue, and also the government hospital doctors also stating that there has been some serious infections that the children have gone through. Therefore, the headmistress was absconding for the past few days after all this surfaced, and now the Perundurai police have arrested her, and they have taken her to the local court in Erode district for her remand, and she will be remanded, and the case will also go against her. As of now, she's only been suspended from her job by the Tamil Nadu's School Education Department, but very soon we can expect further action also being taken upon her.
Very atrocious details being shared by Varshini of what this headmistress allegedly had these students do, children essentially from the scheduled caste community. I thank her for getting us these details. Viewers, just take a look at this report over this story from Erode. This government primary school in Erode district of Tamil Nadu is in the spotlight due to alleged discrimination and atrocities against students from the scheduled caste community. Students from grade 4 were made to clean the toilet with no equipment using their bare hands.
Bleaching powder போட்டு கையில வச்சு தேய்ப்பான் யார் அவன் வரல நீங்க இதெல்லாம் யார் உங்களை பண்ண சொன்னது அடிக்க மாட்டாங்க சொல்லு எந்த மிஸ் மிஸ் சொன்னாங்களா சரி நீ எத்தனை வருஷமா கழுவுன நீ எத்தனை நாள் கழுவுன இப்போ நீ எத்தனை படிக்கிற 5வது நீ எத்தனை படிக்கிற 4வது சேர்ந்துலேருந்து கழுவிட்டே இருக்கிறியா அப்போ நீ கழுவ மாட்டேன்னு சொல்ல வேண்டியதானே சொன்னீங்களா ஏன் சொல்லல
The brutality came to light after one student was diagnosed with dengue after he was made to clean the water tank. The principal of the school, Geetha Rani, who allegedly made this rule, has been booked but is in hiding.
We have formed a special investigation team, and our teams are actually on the field and searching for her. So we have collected the call data records, her past movements. We have also got some document from education department from where she belongs. So all that is going on, and hopefully we will get her soon.
Parents are demanding the arrest of the alleged casteist school principal.
We are on the ground trying to figure out what really is going on in this village in Perundurai area in Erode district, and how is this kind of discrimination still prevailing when the Chief Minister and the DMK government proudly calls themselves the Dravidian model and says that this is the government for social equality and social justice. If that is the case, what is really happening in this Perundurai area of Erode district in a primary school is the biggest question that is being raised today. This is Vashni Ramu along with camera person Dilip from Perundurai for Republic TV.
Horrifying details there. Viewers will be tracking this very closely. Meanwhile, it's a day before the MCD elections, 2 days before the last phase of the Gujarat elections. There is the World Cup, and there is a lot besides to talk about, which we're going to tell you all about on Superfast 50 now. Let's dive right into the top stories at this hour. A big political fight has emerged after Congress leader Rahul Gandhi attempted to launch an attack on the BJP and the RSS by saying that they chant Jai Shri Ram and not Jai Siya Ram because they don't respect Sita. Escalating the political battle, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra gave a withering response to the Congress party, advising it to resolve its inner tussles first rather than hitting out at the BJP.
देखिए, कम से कम राहुल गांधी जी अब भगवान श्री राम का नाम तो लेने लगे हैं। ये कितनी बड़ी बात है। जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पहले एफिडेविट देकर कहती थी कि राम का नाम उसका कोई अर्थ नहीं है, जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी एफिडेविट देकर कहती थी कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पहले कहती थी कि राम काल्पनिक हैं, वो आज भगवान राम का नाम ले रही है। यही तो है, मुमकिन हो गया है। आज मोदी है तो मुमकिन है।
In a big election controversy in Gujarat ahead of the second phase of polls, the Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar was caught in a row after videos of women dancers being hired for his rally went viral. In these videos, it can be seen clearly how the rally venue and the stage had flags of the Congress put up, and people can even be seen showering cash on the dancers. Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath addressed a mega rally in Gujarat's Ahmedabad today, 2 days ahead of the second and final phase of the crucial assembly polls. As the countdown to the second phase of Gujarat elections has begun, Union Minister Smriti Irani led a massive roadshow in Modasa today. Hundreds of supporters were seen participating and joining her campaign trail. Sparking a big controversy, Congress Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani run down the third highest civilian award, the Padma Bhushan, calling it a choti baat. The controversial statement was made by Wani to attack Padma Bhushan recipient Ghulam Nabi Azad, who, as we all know, dumped the Vadra Congress a few months ago.
आज एक छोटा सा अवार्ड और मोदी जी के मगरमच्छ के आंसू आपके सामने आ गए, और आपने 40 साल 50 साल जो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आपको दिया, जो इंदिरा जी ने, जो संजय गांधी ने, जो राजीव जी ने, जो हमारी मैडम सोनिया गांधी जी ने, राहुल जी ने आपको इज्जत दी, सम्मान दिया, कद दिया, पोस्टें दी, इक़्तिदार दिया, वो सारा कुछ आपको मोदी जी के 2 आंसुओं में भूल गया।
In his first reaction to Congress Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani's insult to the Padma Bhushan Award, AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi said that people are unaware about the importance of the award, and this is the reason that they make meaningless comments.
देखिए, आपको पद्मा अवार्ड दिया गया, उसको टारगेट किया गया, लेकिन पद्मा अवार्ड को छोटा अवार्ड कहा गया।
मैं बोलता हूँ, पर छोटे लोग छोटी बात करते हैं। पद्मा अवार्ड बहुत बड़ा अवार्ड होता है। अब जिन लोगों को अवार्ड लेने वाले और देने वाले का पता नहीं है, तो उन पर टिप्पणी करना फजूल बात है।
Like you just saw, after Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani run down the third highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party wrote to the president stating that the Congress had insulted the awardees. After the Congress, the National Conference has also hurled muck at the Padma Bhushan Award, with Sheikh Bashir, the National Conference's provincial secretary, saying that the government has belittled the importance of the awards. Addressing a news conference, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra escalated the party's attack on the Aam Aadmi Party, targeting Delhi's excise policy yet again. The BJP said that Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia and his party leaders had each changed 4 to 5 cell phones within a day.
कि विजय नायर, क्या तुमने ठीक से काम नहीं किया? ये सारी बातें पब्लिक डोमेन में कैसे आ गई? अब कैसे करना होगा? कौन कौन सी चीज़ें मुझे बदलनी होगी, क्या ठीक करना होगा? तो विजय नायर ने बताया होगा, सर आप घबराओ मत, हम लोग सब काम पे लग गए हैं, हम सब डिजिटल इम्प्रिंट मिटाने में लगे हुए हैं। जितने भी ये जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स थे, उनको भी हमने बोल दिया है कि आप फ़ोन बदल लो और सारा डिजिटल एविडेंस मिटा दो, और आप इस मेरे से बात करने के बाद इसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर देना। तुरंत आप नया हैंडसेट लो। तुरंत विजय नायर से बात हुई, उन्होंने डिस्ट्रॉय किया।
Hindu seer Jitendranand Saraswati filed an application in the Supreme Court seeking intervention in the matter related to forced religious conversion. He contended that forced conversions would destroy Hindu civilization and directed the center to take stringent steps to control forced conversions. In a big development in the Mangaluru blast probe, the Karnataka police has formally handed the case over to the NIA. Meanwhile, the bomber Sharik gave a statement to the cops on his funding and was quizzed by the NIA on the same issue. As the Mangaluru blast probe widens, Republic TV has now accessed the NIA's FIR copy, which states that bomber Sharik planned multiple murders while explosives have been recovered from his residence as well. The Mangaluru blast accused Sharik has now been booked under the Explosives as well as the UAPA Act. This comes after explosives were recovered from his residence in Mysuru. A massive protest was staged by students of Hyderabad University after an alleged case of molestation against a faculty member. A student belonging to Thailand studying in the same college alleged that a professor tried to molest her. A complaint was lodged against the faculty, after which she was taken into custody and has now been suspended by the university as well. Mega SIA raids are underway across 12 locations in Kashmir. The raids are being carried out in Srinagar, Bandipora, Budgam, Kupwara and other districts. India's Chief of Naval Staff flagged off a mega bike rally in the national capital. This comes after the Indian Navy bikers team embarked on a 1,500-kilometer running expedition through 7 northeastern states. In a shocking murder case from Uttar Pradesh's Noida, a 22-year-old woman killed another woman to fake her own death. The police has now arrested the woman and her alleged partner in the matter. A huge fire broke out at the Marina Enclave building in Mumbai's Malad area. Multiple fire tenders were rushed to the incident site to douse the blaze. The Maharashtra and Karnataka border row continues to intensify. In a fresh development, Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai urged Maharashtra to not send its ministers to Belgavi in Karnataka, opining that it is not appropriate for Maharashtra ministers to visit there amid the tensions. It's Congress versus Congress once again in the national capital, with Sandeep Dixit hitting out this time at Devendra Yadav, accusing him of despicably sitting on the same stage where his late mother Sheila Dixit's photo was displayed, despite having done his best to humiliate her in the past.
Started a journey of Congress Jodo, because everywhere we see, everywhere anyone sees, it is either Congress Todo, it is either Congress Chodo, and Janta is also saying Congress ko chhod hi do. This is why first you ensure that Congress Jodo takes place from north to south, from east to west. There is Congress versus Congress, और जब कांग्रेस ही नहीं जुड़ पा रही है, how will you do भारत को जोड़ने का काम?
The BJP launched a counter at the Vadra Congress's Bhasmasura remark on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. BJP leader C.T. Ravi said PM Modi is against the corrupt and anti-national, so for them he is Bhasmasura, but for the countrymen he is like Lord Narayana.
अपना प्राइम मिनिस्टर देशद्रोहियों के खिलाफ है. सभी देशद्रोही सोचता है मोदी जी है तो हम अपना जिंदा नहीं बचेगा, ऐसा सोचता है. उसके वजह से मोदी जी भस्मासुर है. देशवासियों के वजह से, सारे देशवासियों के वजह से मोदी जी श्रीमन नारायण के जैसे है. उनके वजह से हम लोग आज सुरक्षित है, हम लोग जिंदा है.
Ahead of the Bengal Panchayat polls, a bomb explosion was reported at Trinamool Congress leader Raj Kumar Manna's residence in West Bengal's Bhupati Nagar. At least 3 people lost their lives in the explosion, while several remain injured. After the explosion, a Trinamool leader, Raj Kumar Manna's residence, which claimed the lives of 3 people, leader of the opposition in the state, Shuvendu Adhikari, made a big charge. He claimed that the Trinamool Congress leader makes explosives at his home. Shocking details have emerged from Shraddha's killer Aftab's narco test. Aftab allegedly revealed that he used Chinese weapons and a saw to chop Shraddha's body into 35 pieces. The war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP is not stopping even a day before the MCD polls, with the BJP hitting out over Delhi's deteriorating air quality and saying that the national capital has become a gas chamber.
Delhi has become a gas chamber. It has become a health hazard. It has become a red level emergency for anybody breathing this toxic air. But Mr. Kejriwal will blame centre, will blame Diwali, will blame other factors, will blame farmers. Now you have a government in Punjab, but you still could not control parali burning, even though Haryana government could. But the main causes of pollution of Delhi lie within Delhi itself. On this, in the last 8 years, except for giving empty promises, Mr. Kejriwal has done nothing. Now he'll come and play another victimhood card, blame everybody, but will not take ownership of what we have to go through in Delhi because of his failures.
After the BJP's attack, the Aam Aadmi Party hit back, saying that the BJP, which has been in power in the MCD for 15 years, has turned the country's capital into a pile of garbage. Another alleged case of casteism emerged from Karnataka's Kolar, where a 22-year-old Dalit man allegedly died by suicide after he was tied to a tree and assaulted by upper caste men for overtaking their vehicle. After the incident, the man was found dead, allegedly after committing suicide. In a massive crackdown on narco-terror, the border security force foiled a Pakistani infiltration bid in Punjab. 1 pistol, 2 magazines and a large amount of narcotics was recovered by the BSF. A minor was trapped in a lift for over 10 minutes in Uttar Pradesh's Noida, with CCTV visuals showing the minor crying for help as he waited to be rescued. America's newest nuclear stealth bomber made its debut on Friday after years of secret development as part of the Pentagon's answer to rising concerns over a future possible conflict with China. The B-21 Raider is the first new American bomber aircraft in more than 30 years. Almost every aspect of the program remains classified. French President Emmanuel Macron visited New Orleans to celebrate their long-standing cultural ties and discuss energy policy and climate change. On what was the last day of his official visit to America, Macron was walked to the historic New Orleans collection by the mayor, where Macron discussed climate change's impact with the Louisiana governor. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met his Sri Lankan counterpart at the State Department Foggy Bottom in Washington, D.C., with the meeting focusing on a variety of issues including political stability and economic challenges in Sri Lanka, as well as the climate change crisis. Satellite images released by Maxar Technology show the difference at sites in Mariupol between March and November this year. One image shows the construction of a Russian military facility, and between that time frame, while another shows the destruction and later complete demolition of a residential apartment building. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met and awarded some of the swapped Ukrainian prisoners of war who had returned from Russian captivity. Zelensky said 1,331 Ukrainians have been returned since the beginning of the conflict. Ukraine's ambassador to the Vatican alleged that his home in Rome was vandalized, adding that the Italian authorities were contacted over the matter. He also described the latest incidents as systematic attacks on Ukrainian missions around Europe and said all embassies and consulates have stepped up security measures. Hundreds have taken to the streets in Huanta in Peru, burning local attorney offices in protest over the death of a young man, an 18-year-old named Daniel, who was found dead days after going missing. Several suspects were questioned by the police, and according to the reports, the protest started after a suspect was released. At least 4 people were injured, one critically, when a city bus crashed into a group of cars in a supermarket parking lot in the San Francisco suburb of Daly City. Aerial pictures from the scene showed numerous damaged cars and the bus with a red shopping cart smashed under its front. More than 2,000 experts wrapped up on Friday a week of long negotiations on plastic pollution to address what even industry leaders in the plastics industry say is a crisis. It was the first meeting of a United Nations committee set up to draft what is intended to be a landmark treaty to bring an end to plastic pollution globally. The world's largest volcano kept oozing rivers of glowing lava. Mauna Loa awoke from its 38-year-long slumber, causing volcanic ash and debris to drift down from the sky in Hawaii. A major blaze broke out in Russia's Mikoyan meat processing plant, with fire and plumes of smoke seen rising from the building's roof. More than 100 firefighters were dispatched to the site to douse the fire. The Biden administration in America placed a well-known Russian paramilitary organization on a list of religious freedom violators alongside a number of terror organizations. The United Nations Security Council, which is currently presided over by India, condemned the bid to assassinate the Pakistani envoy to Kabul in Afghanistan, which he escaped because a guard took a bullet. For the third time in a row, Pakistan has topped the list of nations at the highest risk of experiencing mass killings, according to the latest assessment by US think tank Early Warning Project. Navy Chief Admiral Hari Kumar on Saturday said that the Indian Navy is keeping a close watch on all developments in the Indian Ocean, including the movement of Chinese Navy vessels that operate in the region. About 30,000 fans celebrated together in Seoul despite freezing temperatures at the town square there as their country's team bagged a big win over a very popular team, Portugal, in the World Cup. Cameroon supporters celebrated at a fan zone in Douala as the indomitable Lions became the first ever African side to beat mighty Brazil at a World Cup finals, even though they were eliminated. Fans from Serbia and Kosovo reacted as well as Switzerland advanced to the last 16 of the World Cup for the third tournament in a row after a thrilling 3-2 win over Serbia. Germany have left their training base in Doha for the last time as they prepare to head back to Europe after their shock World Cup exit at the group stage as well. Ghana fans reacted with a mixture of bitter disappointment and frustration at missed opportunities in Accra as they saw the Black Stars bow out of the World Cup in Qatar following a 2-0 defeat to Uruguay, with Uruguay also exiting the tournament.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
Noora, did you receive some gift from Noora, did you receive gift? Noora, did you receive gift? 1 minute. 1 second. Noora, did you receive gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high-voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which
faces will be the winners. 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and
స్వదేశీయంగా నిర్మించబడ్డాయి మరియు వాటిలో కొన్ని కొద్దిసేపట్లో తమ శక్తిని
झाके रे झाके झरोके से झाके देख के दम है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके फ्यूचर को ये ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
Nora, did you receive some gift from Nora, did you receive gift? Nora, did you receive gift? 1 minute. Nora, did you receive gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners. 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a...
उसको भी ईमानदारी के सर्टिफिकेट देने का इन्होंने काम किया है। मैं इस पे मजदूरों के घोटाले पर भी आऊंगा, लेकिन दिल्ली के चुनाव में आपने देखा ही होगा कि चाहे गुजरात हो, दिल्ली हो या इससे पहले पंजाब हो, आम आदमी पार्टी में टिकटें बेचने का तो आरोप लगा ही। इन्होंने चुनावों से लेकर सरकार में रहने तक लूटने का ही काम किया है और जिन्होंने ठग के जिनको जेल हुई उनसे भी ठगने का काम किया है, तो कहीं कुछ छोड़ा नहीं है। मजदूरों के हक को कर दिया हलाल, हजारों करोड़ खा गए केजरीवाल। और ये कितना बड़ा घोटाला है, ये उस समय का है जब देश और दुनिया कोविड की महामारी से जूझ रही थी। एक और दिल्ली में मजदूरों की मदद करने की बात कही, लेकिन षड्यंत्र रच के रातों रात मजदूरों को भगाने का काम किया। वो दृश्य आप भूले नहीं होंगे। और जिन मजदूरों को 2 वक्त की रोटी कमाने के लिए एड़ी चोटी का जोर लगाना पड़ता है, उन मजदूरों के हक का पैसे खाने में भी केजरीवाल जी पीछे नहीं रहे। मेरा सवाल उनसे है, कितना खाओगे केजरीवाल? आज तो मैं, अगर आप देखें, ये तो थोड़े से हैं, मुझे लगता है मुझे ट्रक भर के लाना पड़ेगा। ये तो थोड़े हैं, ट्रक भर के लाना पड़ेगा। जितने सबूत, जितने कागज, लाखों लोगों के नाम पे, हजारों करोड़ पे ये अगर खा गए हैं, तो मैं जो पहले भी आपको कहता था, ये कुछ और नहीं, ये दिल्ली का लालू मॉडल है। वहां चारा खाया, यहां मजदूरों का हक खाया। और इसमें कहां कहां नहीं खाया जी? जिस घोटाले में काम देने वाला संदिग्ध हो, काम लेने वाला संदिग्ध हो, जिनका पता संदिग्ध हो, जिनका मोबाइल नंबर संदिग्ध हो, अगर सब कुछ ही संदिग्ध था, तो इससे साफ तौर पर पता चलता है कि कितना बड़ा घोटाला यहां पर हुआ। जितने भी आंकड़े सामने आए हैं, अभी तक तो 50% से ज्यादा फर्जी पते, फर्जी मोबाइल नंबर, फर्जी नाम पाए गए। ये पैसा किसकी जेब में गया? पैसा किसकी जेब में गया? अगर मजदूर भी नकली थे, काम देने वाला नकली था, उनके पते नकली थे, उनके मोबाइल नंबर नकली था, तो पैसा किसने खाया? केजरीवाल जी। और अगर मैं आपको एक एक करके बताऊं, जहां सस्पिशियस मोबाइल नंबर की बात करूं, अब यहां पे वसंत कुमार का नाम आता है जो एप्लीकेंट है, और ये शैलेश करके एक एम्प्लॉय इसका दिखाया गया जो काम देने वाला है, जो बिल्कुल गलत है। वो कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति ही नहीं है। और वसंत कुमार के नाम पे ऐसे 4 और एप्लीकेंट्स, उनका भी नाम इसी मोबाइल नंबर पे दिखा दिया गया है, जबकि कहीं है ही नहीं। अगला अगर मैं दूसरा दिखाऊं, चंदूलाल, ये भी कॉमन मोबाइल नंबर किसका है? चंदूलाल, चुन्नीलाल, राकेश, राकेश 2, लक्ष्मण, ऐसे कई और नाम। और ये चंदूलाल किसी और को जानते नहीं जितने बाकियों के नाम दे रखे हैं। और बाकियों के फेक और नकली एप्लीकेशन बनाने के चक्कर में उसका मोबाइल नंबर का इस्तेमाल भी किया गया। और पहले वाले वसंत कुमार के नाम के पर मोबाइल पर कोई पवन कुमार, शंभू कुमार, शैलेंद्र, समूह, ऐसे करके किया गया। और इनको जिनके नाम पे नौकरी दी है, कि नौकरी देने वाला कौन है, वो स्वयं एक मजदूर है। यानी कि एक मजदूर के नाम पे 25 लोगों को नौकरी देने का काम दिखा दिया है। एक मोबाइल नंबर के नाम पर 6 एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरवा दी है। और ये पैसा हजारों करोड़ रुपए का दिल्ली में जो जमा हुआ मजदूर कामगार कल्याण बोर्ड के नाम पर, ये सारा केजरीवाल जी और उनकी दोस्त मिल लूट कर खा गए हैं। क्या मजदूरों का हक भी खा गए? अब अगला मैं एक उदाहरण और बताता हूं। अंजू नाम लिखा है, यह भी फेक है। और मोबाइल नंबर जो दिया है वो किसी श्याम सिंह का है, जो आंध्र प्रदेश में रहता है और किसी राकेश कुमार राजू को नहीं जानता। अब आप कल्पना कीजिए, दिल्ली में किसी को मजदूरी के नाम पे पैसा दिया जा रहा है और कोई आंध्र प्रदेश में उसका अपना मोबाइल नंबर भी नहीं है। एक इसी तरह से फूलचंद है, जिसको नौकरी देने वाला अनूप है, लेकिन फूलचंद के नाम पर ही ना जाने कितने मोबाइल नंबर लिखे। एप्लीकेंट मंजू है, जिसका एम्प्लॉयर राजेश है, और ये नथुलाल के नाम पे कहीं पे चल के आ रहा है। ये कहीं किसी के साथ तालमेल नजर नहीं आता है। और ये रेडी लगाता है कचौड़ी बनाने की और पूड़ी बनाने की। और उसने लिखा है कि मैं किसी मंजू राजेश को नहीं जानता और हमारी लोकेलिटी में ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति रहता भी नहीं। ऐसे संगीत बजाज उमा देवी से लेकर नीना देवी हैं, जिनको नौकरी देने वाले अलग अलग दिखा रखे हैं, और संगीता बजाज के नाम नंबर पर बाकी सबके एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भी भर दिए हैं। और ये जो राकेश आगे है, वो खुद एक टैक्सी ड्राइवर है, जिसके संगीता बजाज को नौकरी दे रखी है। ये फ्रॉड का तो देखिए, लालू जी को पीछे केजरीवाल जी छोड़ गए। ये लालू का नया मॉडल नए तरीके से केजरीवाल जी लेकर आए हैं। वो चारे तक सीमित है, मजदूरों को लूटने का काम भी केजरीवाल जी ने किया है। अरे भाई और बहनों, ये तो ऐसे हैं कि जिन्होंने किसी वर्ग को छोड़ा नहीं है। अगर मैं आपको अगला बताऊं एड्रेस पर, तो ये फूल झाना करके एक है, उसका घर वाले ने फोन उठाया और कहा कि मैं तो फैजाबाद यूपी में रहता हूं और मेरी घरवाली तो एक हाउसवाइफ है और वो किसी नौकरी देने वाले नितिन को जानती भी नहीं है। इसी तरह से ही आगे रीना देवी अयोध्या यूपी की रहने वाली हाउसवाइफ हैं, ज्योति गाजीपुर की रहने वाली हाउसवाइफ हैं, ममता देवी भिवानी की रहने वाली हाउसवाइफ हैं, गीता ये भी अयोध्या की रहने वाली हैं, दिहाड़ीदार मजदूर है, अंजू देवी हाउसवाइफ है, हरियाणा के सेक्टर 53 में रहती है, दुर्गा कुमारी हाउसवाइफ है, बाराबांकी में रहती है, रंजना हाउसवाइफ है, फरीदाबाद में रहती है, नीतू सिंह अयोध्या में रहती है। केजरीवाल जी, क्या आप हरियाणा और दिल्ली में पैसे बांटने गए थे मजदूरों को? क्या कोई जवाब है इस पर आपके पास कि मजदूरों का पैसा क्यों लूटकर खा गए आप? और यही नहीं, ये सस्पिशियस एड्रेस और अकाउंट दिल्ली के बाहर के लाइन लंबी है। गोरखपुर, जौनपुर, संत कबीर नगर, फिर गोरखपुर आ गया, फिर गोरखपुर आ गया, फिर महोबा आ गया, फिर गोरखपुर, फिर संत कबीर नगर। आखिरकार ये कौन लोग हैं? मैं तो यही कहूंगा, भ्रष्टाचारियों का यार है केजरीवाल, दिल्ली का गुनाहगार है। और ये दिल्ली के लोगों के टैक्स पेयर का पैसा जो बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन के नाम पर कटा, मजदूरों की भलाई के लिए बना, लेकिन इसमें भी मेवा खाने का काम, इसको भी लूटने का काम अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने किया है। और मित्रों, इनसे और क्या हो सकता है, जिसने कोई यूनिवर्सिटी तो बनाई नहीं, लेकिन एक रेपिस्ट को फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट कैसे बनाया जाता है दिखा दिया। एक भ्रष्टाचारी को ईमानदारी का सर्टिफिकेट कैसे दिया जाता है बता दिया। और कैदी जेलर की भूमिका में कैसे आता है सत्येंद्र जैन ने बता दिया। एमसीडी के, पंजाब के, गुजरात के टिकट कैसे बेचे जाते हैं और पैसा कैसे कमाया जाता है, थप्पड़ कैसे खाए जाते हैं, यह आम आदमी पार्टी ने बता दिया। मार के गरीबों का हक, हो गए माला माल, अब तो बस करो केजरीवाल। कितना हक मारोगे, किस किस का मारोगे? बच्चे के शिक्षा का हक मार लिया आपने क्लासरूम में, घोटाले में। नौजवानों को शराब की लत लगवा दी, गली गली में शराब के ठेके खुलवाने में। महिलाओं को पानी उठाने के लिए लाइन में लगा दिया, 57,000 करोड़ के कर्ज में डुबा दिया दिल्ली जल बोर्ड को आपने। पानी तो मिला नहीं, शराब की कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ी आपने। आखिरकार कौन सा ऐसा क्षेत्र है जहां पर इन्होंने लूटा ना हो? तो मैं अंत में इतना ही कहूंगा, मजदूर ही ऐसे बचे थे जिनको लूटना बच गया था, तो उसमें भी केजरीवाल जी ने कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी और वहां पर भी लूटकर आगे बढ़े। मैं इतना ही कहूंगा। इसके आगे अगर आपके पास कोई और सवाल हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं। कोई सवाल?
15,000 नाम एक एड्रेस पे है और हजारों नंबर, एक मोबाइल नंबर पर हजारों लोगों के नंबर हैं। क्या आप इसको पोस्ट करेंगे?
मैं तो आपके पास ये देखिए जी, मैं क्या लाया, मैं एक और तो ये लाया हूं आपके पास, ये सारे नंबर्स, ये सारे जो हरीश इकट्ठे करके लाए। और क्या है इसमें, जो आप दूसरी तरफ फोटो देख रहे हैं, एक तरफ चारा घोटाले वाला है, दूसरी तरफ मजदूर के हक लूटने वाला है। ये लालू का दिल्ली मॉडल है, लालू के लूट का दिल्ली मॉडल है, जो अरविंद केजरीवाल ने नए प्रिंट में पेश किया है। और ये तो कुछ लाया हूं जी, मैं प्रिंट निकालते निकालते शायद टाइम लगता है, बाकी सब समय लगता है। अगली बार तो ट्रक भर के आएंगे सबूत, ऐसा लगता है।
प्रश्न है मेरा कि 65,000 जो फोन नंबर है वो एक सेम नाम से है, एक ही वो 65,000 नंबर है। सवाल ये है कि अगर आपने ये चीजें देखी है तो ये फर्जीवाड़ा, ये स्कैम कितने करोड़ का आपको लगता है ये मामला ये होगा? और दूसरा मेरा प्रश्न ये है, इसी के साथ जुड़ता हुआ कि किरदारों पर तो आपकी कार्रवाई चल रही है, जो पूरे का पूरा निर्देशक है इस मामले के अंदर, उन पर कब तक ये पूरा का पूरा मामला जो है वो?
देखिए, किंग पिन तो सबको पता है वो है जिसने कभी कोई डिपार्टमेंट लिया नहीं, कोई फाइल साइन की नहीं, जिम्मेदारी ली नहीं, लेकिन अपने साथी मंत्रियों के साथ मिलकर कोई डिपार्टमेंट लूटने का मौका छोड़ा नहीं। मिल बैठकर करेंगे भ्रष्टाचार, केजरीवाल के 3 यार।
जी फर्जीवाड़ा कितने का है सर?
ये आप लगाइए हिसाब, लाखों मजदूर और 15,000 रुपया एक मजदूर के नाम का, तो आप कल्पना कीजिए कितने हजार करोड़ का घोटाला होगा।
जी राहुल गांधी ने कहा है कि बीजेपी श्री राम कहती है, सिया राम या सीताराम नहीं कहते, क्योंकि जिस भाव से राम कहते थे कि सभी की इज्जत करते थे, समाज को जोड़ के चलते थे, बीजेपी उस भाव से उस जिले के तरीके को नहीं अपनाती।
चलिए, राहुल जी कहीं राम जी तक पहुंचे तो सही।
जी
जिनकी यात्रा में टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग चली हो, जो हिंदू आतंकवाद की बात करते हो, जिनको तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति करने की आदत पड़ गई हो, चुनाव आते उनको भी राम याद आए।
जी
चलिए आगे साहब।
थैंक यू थैंक यू
थैंक यू।
So that is a briefing by the INB Minister Anurag Thakur that has just concluded. And do remember, these are again grave charges that the BJP is reiterating against the Arvind Kejriwal-led government in Delhi. He is also briefly hit out at Rahul Gandhi, the other controversy that the Congress has stoked. But important is the timing. All this, remember, is just coming hours before you will see the all-important MCD polls in the national capital. Will the Aam Aadmi Party respond to that? We'll track that story when we come back after this quick break. This is a countdown to the Gujarat polls of the second phase. Smriti Irani, Yogi Adityanath are all campaigning across the state. And a blast has been reported at the TMC leader's house. This is in East Midnipur district of Bengal. The BJP alleges the TMC leader was making bombs.
Will smart manufacturing complement traditional manufacturing processes or replace them entirely?
India will be able to contribute approximately 5% of the global market in terms of when we talk about additive manufacturing.
What kind of opportunities does it hold for the BTech students?
Amrita University, I would say, is ideal for students who come into manufacturing, additive manufacturing.
To know more, watch Amrita School of Engineering presents Shaping the Future of India this weekend, only on Republic TV.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
the report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken.
Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election.
Welcome back. You're with us here in Republic. We are putting our focus and spotlight back on the Gujarat elections and critical players and issue. Remember the Assuddin Owaisi party here. The AIMIM is also a contender this time in the Gujarat elections. But what does he have to say when it comes to issues like Rahul's Jai Siya Ram controversy, to the UCC announcement by the BJP and the anti-radicalization cell? And does he read politics into all this? Sit back and listen in to this exclusive.
AIMIM President Assuddin Owaisi, as he has been campaigning in Gujarat since the second phase of polling in Gujarat is to go on 5th of December. He's along with us. Sir, आप गुजरात में कैंपेन कर रहे हैं, क्या माहौल लग रहा है, कितनी सीट एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि देखा जाए कल आपकी रैली अगर देखी जाए तो कल काफ़ी भावुक भी हो गए थे आप अपनी रैली में।
तो हम लोग तो 14 विधानसभा से हमारे कैंडिडेट्स खड़ा किए थे। एक कैंडिडेट को कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जो बेज़मीर था उसको ख़रीद लिया, तो 13 मैदान में है और हम 13 कैंडिडेट्स के लिए हम तमाम पार्टी के मेंबर्स सब ने बड़ी मेहनत की है, अभी भी कर रहे हैं। तो अब नतीजा हमको उम्मीद है अच्छा आएगा, हमारा ये जनता तय करेगी। हमने तो बहुत कोशिश की और अभी भी कर रहे हैं कि हमारे ज़्यादा कैंडिडेट्स कामयाब हो, एमएलए बने, गुजरात की विधानसभा में जाएं।
सर, हर पार्टी कैंपेन कर रही है और हर तरह के हम लोग को भाषण भी सुनने में आ रहे हैं। सर, अभी राहुल गांधी भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में है, उन्होंने एक बयान दिया है। सर, उन्होंने कहा है कि भाजपा का जो संगठन है वो जय श्री राम बोलता है, जय सिया राम नहीं बोलता है। उनके संगठन में कोई महिला नहीं है, इसलिए उन्होंने सीता को बाहर रखा है। उनके इस वक्तव्य को सर आप किस तरह से देखते हैं?
देखिए, वो मैं इनको जानता नहीं हूँ, ना मुझे उनको जानने की ज़रूरत है। वो क्या बोलते हैं उनका वो जवाब दे सकेंगे। मगर जहाँ तक बाबरी मस्जिद की बात है, जब राजीव गांधी देश के प्रधानमंत्री थे उस वक्त उन्होंने बाबरी मस्जिद के ताले खुलवाए और उस ज़माने में कोई कंप्यूटर नहीं था। 10 मिनट की हियरिंग में 60 पेजेस का ऑर्डर दे दिया गया और बूटा सिंह शाम में ठहरकर, उस वक्त शायद एनडी तिवारी भी मुख्यमंत्री थे, ताले खुलवा दिए। तो ये तारीख है। और फिर नरसिम्हा राव प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे, बाबरी मस्जिद शहीद कर दी गई। तो कांग्रेस का भी बराबर का रोल रहा है उसमें।
लेकिन अगर आप ये स्टेटमेंट को, हम सिर्फ स्टेटमेंट पे गौर करें, जय श्री राम और जय सिया राम, इस पर एआईएमआईएम क्यों सोचता है? सर, आप लोगों ने वो बाबरी मस्जिद का दौर भी देखा, इस तरह के स्टेटमेंट कितना फर्क डालते हैं?
हमारा मानना यह है कि कांग्रेस हो या दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री की पार्टी हो या राजद हो या समाजवादी हो, ये जितनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जो अपने आप को सो कॉल्ड सेकुलर कहती हैं, उनमें ये कंपटीशन हो रहा है कि नरेंद्र मोदी से ज़्यादा हिंदुत्व आइडियोलॉजी पर कौन चलेगा। और इसीलिए भाजपा जीत रही है, क्योंकि अगर आप आइडियोलॉजी आपकी बीजेपी के बराबर हो जाएगी, भाजपा की तरह हो जाएगी, तो फिर आप कैसे हरा सकेंगे बीजेपी को? मगर ये लोग वही कंपटीशन लगे हैं, वही दौड़ में लगे हैं कि मोदी से बड़ा मैं हूँ।
सर, आप ये मानते हैं ये यूसीसी, हिंदुत्व और जो एंटी रेडिकलाइजेशन सेल की जो बात थी, ये तमाम चीज़ें बीजेपी के लिए इस बार इस चुनाव में बहुत ही पॉजिटिव रही हैं? क्योंकि आप खुद भी कह रहे हैं कि भाजपा को हरा नहीं पाएंगे, भाजपा फिर से आएगी।
नहीं, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ। मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि हम 13 सीट पर लड़ रहे हैं, 169 सीट पर हम नहीं लड़ रहे हैं। तो ये गुजरात की जनता तय करेगी कि कौन सत्ता में आएगा, कौन नहीं आएगा। मुझे नहीं मालूम कौन जीतेगा, मगर हम तो सिर्फ 13 सीट लड़ रहे हैं। अब रेडिकलाइजेशन की अगर बीजेपी बात कर रही है तो फिर नरोडा पाटिया का जो कन्विक्टेड किलर है, जिसने 92 मुसलमानों का मर्डर किया, उसको कोर्ट ने लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट दी, वो बेल पर निकल कर आया और आज वो नरोडा पाटिया में एक मर्डरर नरेंद्र मोदी के लिए वोट की भीख मांग रहा है। वो रेडिकलाइजेशन नहीं है तो क्या है? जिन्होंने बिल्किस बानो का रेप किया, उसकी बेटी की हत्या की, उसकी मां का रेप करके उसका हत्या कर दी, उनको मोदी सरकार ने छोड़ दिया, तो वो छोड़ने वाले रेडिकलाइज है या नहीं है, बताइए आप। बेस्ट बेकरी का मामला हो, कई मामलात हो, जो धर्म संसद देश के कोने कोने में हो रहे हैं, जहां पर महिलाएं, बल्कि भाजपा की महिलाओं पर वो लोग गंदगी से अल्फाज इस्तेमाल करते हैं, वो रेडिकलाइज नहीं है तो क्या है? किसने कहा था हेमंत करकरे को मैंने शराब दिया इसलिए मर गया? हेमंत करकरे ने अपनी जान की कुर्बानी दी क्योंकि पाकिस्तान से टेररिस्ट आए थे, वो आतंकवादी। ये रेडिकलाइजेशन नहीं है तो क्या है? झारखंड में बीजेपी के एक्स यूनियन मिनिस्टर ने कन्विक्टेड किलर्स को हाईकोर्ट बेल देती है तो उनका फूल माला पहनाकर इस्तकबाल करते हैं, वो रेडिकलाइजेशन नहीं है तो क्या है, बताइए आप। अब रहा सवाल यूसीसी का, तो यूसीसी का मैं शुरू से खिलाफ रहा हूं। हमने जस्टिस चौहान साहब जो लॉ कमीशन के चेयरमैन थे, उनको सामने लिख कर दिया कि आर्टिकल 29 के तहत मुझे अपने कल्चर का प्रोटेक्शन का राइट हासिल है। बीजेपी यूसीसी की बात इसलिए कर रही है कि वो भारत के मुसलमानों का कल्चर ख़त्म करना चाहती है, रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिसेस को ख़त्म करना चाहती है, इसलिए हम उसके खिलाफ हैं।
सर, इस पूरे चुनाव में ये तमाम मामले जिन पर आपने बात की, ये बहुत मुखर होकर प्रधानमंत्री ने भी बोला, होम मिनिस्टर ने भी बोला, हेमंता बिस्वा शर्मा आए थे कैंपेन करने, उन्होंने भी बोला। सर, लगातार ही बीजेपी ये बात कह रही है कि हम चाहते हैं टेररिज्म खत्म हो, इसीलिए उसको एलिमिनेट करने के लिए इस सेल की बात की जा रही है, लेकिन इसमें भी हिंदू मुस्लिम कहीं ना कहीं ढूंढ लिया गया है।
देखिए, आप टेररिज्म खत्म करना चाह रहे हैं तो आपको रिलीजन न्यूट्रल होना पड़ेगा। अगर आप समझ रहे हैं कि रेडिकलाइजेशन और टेररिज्म सिर्फ एक ही समुदाय से होता है, वो गलत है। जो लोग टेररिज्म और रेडिकलाइज होते हैं वो रिलीजन को इस्तेमाल करके अपने गंदगी को, अपने हैवानियत को छुपाते हैं। तो रेडिकलाइजेशन हो या टेररिज्म हो, ये देश के लिए ठीक नहीं है। मगर अगर कोई पार्टी सत्ता में है, उसको इन चैलेंजेस का मुकाबला उसी वक्त कर पाएगी जब वो रिलीजन न्यूट्रल होगी। वो रिलीजन न्यूट्रल तो हो ही नहीं रहे हैं। अब आसाम के मुख्यमंत्री कह रहे हैं उल्फा बैंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ही नहीं है। उल्फा बैंड।
And after Owaisi, it's turn for us to put our focus back on another newsmaker that's coming in from Gujarat. This is Union Minister Smriti Irani in conversation with our colleague Srishti.
लोकसभा का चुनाव हारने के बाद अब राम के भक्त बने हैं। और जहाँ तक श्री शब्द का इस्तेमाल है, कोई भी हिंदू जानता है, सनातन धर्म में मानने वाला जानता है कि हमारे धर्म में किसी भी चीज़ की शुभ शुरुआत के लिए हम जैसे ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः कहते हैं, श्री लक्ष्मी का प्रतीक है। तो पता नहीं किसने उनको सनातन धर्म की अचानक इतनी जानकारी दी है, शायद ये जानकारी ना दी हो। तो अगर वो नहीं चाहते कि माँ के उस स्वरूप की पूजा करे हिंदू, तो आकर हिंदुओं को बताए। लेकिन अगर सनातन धर्म के प्रति उनकी अचानक इतनी श्रद्धा जागी है, तो कृपया ये तो बता दें कि यात्रा में गौ हत्यारे के साथ क्यों घूम रहे थे। और प्रभु राम की जहाँ तक बात है, तो हम कहते हैं राम जी ने तो स्वयं कहा, उनके हम बार बार यही अपने बच्चों को सिखाते हैं कि जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी, मतलब मेरी जननी जन्मभूमि स्वर्ग से महान है। ये प्रभु राम का स्वयं कथन है। तो अगर वाकई में राहुल जी प्रभु राम को मानते हैं, जिन्होंने जन्मभूमि को स्वर्ग से महान कहा, तो राहुल जी यात्रा ऐसे व्यक्ति के साथ क्यों निकाल रहे हैं जो भारत के टुकड़े होने का नारा दे चुका है और आज उनकी यात्रा में उनके साथ डफली बजा रहा है।
बिल्कुल, आप देख रही हैं कि किस तरीके से भारत जोड़ो यात्रा चल रही है, लेकिन गुजरात में
टूटा है क्या भारत?
उनका ये कहना है कि हम जोड़ने की कोशिश
नहीं, उनकी पार्टी टूटी है, उनके प्रति लोगों का विश्वास टूटा है, इसलिए यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं।
अच्छा, गुजरात में
कांग्रेस खोजो यात्रा है, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा नहीं है।
गुजरात में इतने समय से आप लगातार प्रचार प्रसार कर रही हैं, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी जो एक समय में कहा जाता था कि कहीं ना कहीं वो बीजेपी को कई जगहों में कड़ी टक्कर दे रही है, वो लापता क्यों है आखिरकार?
देखिए, दो कारण हो सकते हैं। इस पूरे चुनाव में आपको गांधी खानदान नजर नहीं आया होगा, उसके दो कारण हो सकते हैं। या तो कांग्रेसियों ने गुजरात प्रदेश से कहा कि आप मत आइए, आपको गुजराती पसंद नहीं करते, या गांधी खानदान को हार साफ दिखाई दे रही है, डर के मारे कि हार का ठिकरा उन पे ना फूटे इसलिए नहीं आ रहे। इन दोनों सूरतों में जो हानि है वो गांधी खानदान की है, गुजरात की नहीं है। मैं तो ये कहती हूँ कि हार जीत राजनीति का हिस्सा है, लेकिन जो हार के डर से भाग जाए वो योद्धा थोड़ी ना है, तो क्या है?
बिल्कुल। और जिस तरीके से अभी कांग्रेस पार्टी के एक पूर्व नेता ने प्रधानमंत्री को भस्मासुर कहने की बात हो, रावण कहने की बात हो, औकात दिखाने की बात हो, इन शब्दों का इस्तेमाल क्यों किया जा रहा है?
ऐसा है, औकात देखनी होती तो अब गांधी खानदान को गुजरात के हर विधानसभा क्षेत्र में उतार देते कि उन्हें कोई रैली करने के लिए, पता चल जाता, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी वही हो जाता।
और त्रिकोणीय समीकरण की बात हो रही है कि कांग्रेस नहीं बल्कि आम आदमी पार्टी भी पूरी टक्कर दे रही है बीजेपी को, ये वो दावा कर रहे हैं।
आपको दिखे कहीं भी नहीं ना।
कितनी सीटें इस बार?
आप सोचें कि 2.5 दशक के बाद पुनः पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार रिकॉर्ड मार्जिन के साथ बनाना किसी भी राजनीतिक दल में इतनी क्षमता नहीं है। मैं तो आज गुजरात की प्रजा को आपके माध्यम से आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। जहाँ जहाँ हम गए, हमने नरेंद्र भाई के प्रति आदर, स्नेह, सम्मान देखा, जिसके लिए हम जैसे कार्यकर्ता अनुग्रहित हैं।
एक आखिरी सवाल है, हम 27 साल के बाद जो बात लगातार हो रही है कि एक नया कीर्तिमान इस बार स्थापित होगा, ऐसी क्या वजह रही है कि 27 सालों में भी जो छाप रही है वो कम नहीं हुई बीजेपी की?
आज अगर आप देखें तो आपने आज पूरे समय रोड शो में एक ही नाम सुना ना, मोदी।
बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए। तो केंद्रीय मंत्री स्मृति ईरानी को आपने सुना, जो साफ तौर पर राहुल गांधी जिस तरीके की टिप्पणियां इस वक्त
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam. Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
That would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban, and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
साथ में मौजूद हैं। मैम, शुरुआत राहुल गांधी के ही उस बयान के साथ, क्योंकि श्री राम के नाम का इस्तेमाल समय समय पर, खास तौर पर चुनावों में कांग्रेस पार्टी करती रही है। अब वो कह रहे हैं, चूंकि आप एक महिला नेता हैं, महिला सशक्तिकरण की लगातार बात करती हैं, उनका ये कहना है कि सिया राम क्यों नहीं कहा जाता, बीजेपी वाले सिया राम क्यों नहीं बोलते, समस्या क्या?
देखिए, राम का नाम जो अभी अभी लेना शुरू कर रहे हैं, उनको पहले तो इस देश के हिंदुओं को बताना पड़ेगा कि जब उनकी माताजी सोनिया जी ने अपनी सरकार में एफिडेविट दे डाला कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, तब राहुल गांधी खामोश क्यों बैठे थे? क्या वो भी षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा थे? उनकी चुप्पी ये बतलाती है कि यही उनकी धारणा थी। 2 बार लगातार लोकसभा का चुनाव हारने के बाद अब राम के भक्त बने हैं। और जहाँ तक श्री शब्द का इस्तेमाल है, कोई भी हिंदू जानता है, सनातन धर्म में मानने वाला जानता है कि हमारे धर्म में किसी भी चीज़ की शुभ शुरुआत के लिए हम जैसे ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः कहते हैं, श्री लक्ष्मी का प्रतीक है। तो पता नहीं किसने उनको सनातन धर्म की अचानक इतनी जानकारी दी है, शायद ये जानकारी ना दी हो। तो अगर वो नहीं चाहते कि माँ के उस स्वरूप की पूजा करे हिंदू, तो आकर हिंदुओं को बताए। लेकिन अगर सनातन धर्म के प्रति उनकी अचानक इतनी श्रद्धा जागी है, तो कृपया ये तो बता दें कि यात्रा में गौ हत्यारे के साथ क्यों घूम रहे थे। और प्रभु राम की जहाँ तक बात है, तो हम कहते हैं, राम जी ने तो स्वयं कहा, उनके हम बार बार यही अपने बच्चों को सिखाते हैं कि जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी, मतलब मेरी जननी जन्मभूमि स्वर्ग से महान है। ये प्रभु राम का स्वयं कथन है। तो अगर वाकई में राहुल जी प्रभु राम को मानते हैं, जिन्होंने जन्मभूमि को स्वर्ग से महान कहा, तो राहुल जी यात्रा ऐसे व्यक्ति के साथ क्यों निकाल रहे हैं जो भारत के टुकड़े होने का नारा दे चुका है और आज उनकी यात्रा में उनके साथ डफली बजा रहा है?
बिल्कुल, आप देख रही हैं कि किस तरीके से भारत जोड़ो यात्रा चल रही है, लेकिन गुजरात में
टूटा है क्या भारत?
उनका ये कहना है कि हम जोड़ने की कोशिश
नहीं, उनकी पार्टी टूटी है, उनके प्रति लोगों का विश्वास टूटा है, इसलिए यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं।
अच्छा, गुजरात में
कांग्रेस खोजो यात्रा है, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा नहीं है।
गुजरात में इतने समय से आप लगातार प्रचार प्रसार कर रही हैं, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी जो एक समय में कहा जाता था कि कहीं ना कहीं वो बीजेपी को कई जगहों में कड़ी टक्कर दे रही है, वो लापता क्यों है आखिरकार?
देखिए, 2 कारण हो सकते हैं। इस पूरे चुनाव में आपको गांधी खानदान नजर नहीं आया होगा, उसके 2 कारण हो सकते हैं। या तो कांग्रेस ने गुजरात प्रदेश से कहा कि आप मत आइए, आपको गुजराती पसंद नहीं करते, या गांधी खानदान को हार साफ दिखाई दे रही है, डर के मारे कि हार का ठिकरा उन पे ना फूटे, इसलिए नहीं आ रहे। इन दोनों सूरतों में जो हानि है वो गांधी खानदान की है, गुजरात की नहीं है। मैं तो ये कहती हूँ कि हार जीत राजनीति का हिस्सा है, लेकिन जो हार के डर से भाग जाए वो योद्धा थोड़ी ना है, तो कायर है।
बिल्कुल, और जिस तरीके से अभी कांग्रेस पार्टी के एक पूर्व नेता ने प्रधानमंत्री को भस्मासुर कहने की बात हो, रावण कहने की बात हो, औकात दिखाने की बात हो, इन शब्दों का इस्तेमाल क्यों किया जा रहा है?
ऐसा है, औकात देखनी होती तो अब गांधी खानदान को गुजरात के हर विधानसभा क्षेत्र में उतार देते कि उन्हें कोई रैली करने के लिए, पता चल जाता, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी वही हो जाता।
और त्रिकोणीय समीकरण की बात हो रही है कि कांग्रेस नहीं बल्कि आम आदमी पार्टी भी पूरी टक्कर दे रही है बीजेपी को, ये वो दावा कर रहे हैं।
आपको दिखे कहीं भी नहीं ना?
कितनी सीटें इस बार?
आप सोचें कि 2.5 दशक के बाद पुनः पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार रिकॉर्ड मार्जिन के साथ बनाना किसी भी राजनीतिक दल में इतनी क्षमता नहीं है। मैं तो आज गुजरात की प्रजा को आपके माध्यम से आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। जहाँ जहाँ हम गए, हमने नरेंद्र भाई के प्रति आदर, स्नेह, सम्मान देखा, जिसके लिए हम जैसे कार्यकर्ता अनुग्रहित हैं।
एक आखिरी सवाल है, 27 साल के बाद जो बात लगातार हो रही है कि एक नया कीर्तिमान इस बार स्थापित होगा, ऐसी क्या वजह रही है कि 27 सालों में भी जो छाप रही है वो कम नहीं हुई बीजेपी की?
आज अगर आप देखें तो आपने आज पूरे समय रोड शो में एक ही नाम सुना ना, मोदी।
बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए। तो केंद्रीय मंत्री स्मृति ईरानी को आपने सुना, जो साफ तौर पर राहुल गांधी जिस तरीके की टिप्पणियां इस वक्त श्री राम को लेकर दे रहे हैं, उन्होंने साफ कहा कि उनको शायद श्री का मतलब नहीं मालूम है और ये आधा ज्ञान जो होता है वो कहीं ना कहीं घातक होता है। विजय पंकज के साथ सृष्टि पांडे, रिपब्लिक भारत, गुजरात।
On to the big story from West Bengal now. From Gujarat to West Bengal, where there is high political drama this Saturday evening. There's been a bomb explosion that was reported earlier today outside a local Trinamool Congress leader, Rajkumar Manna's residence. 3 people have reportedly been killed in this explosion. Now, Rajkumar Manna was a local vice president of the TMC. Now, this was ahead of the Trinamool Congress parliamentarian Abhishek Banerjee's rally in Kontai. This was a blast at home in Purba Medinipur, and 2 bodies have been recovered. In fact, some reports suggesting it was 3 bodies that were recovered. And this blast on Friday night took place under the Bhupati Nagar police station limits. Now, there's been a big face-off between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress, with both Shubhendu Adhikari and Abhishek Banerjee holding rallies in each other's strongholds. Let me go across to Ishan Dev. Ishan Dev, this was an explosion, but there is a build-up to it with that high-stakes political rally that's being held by both Shubhendu Adhikari and Abhishek Banerjee today. What are the details that you have with the Republic Bangla team on the explosion that took place?
Niranjan, see, Abhishek Banerjee, who is the General Secretary of TMC, and he's an MP from Diamond Harbour also. He today addressed a rally from Kontai, which is known as the bastion of Shubhendu Adhikari, and his ancestral place is also there in Kontai. His full family lives there, and this morning itself, Shubhendu Adhikari started from his Kontai house towards Diamond Harbour, where he had another meeting at Abhishek Banerjee's bastion. So there is a mega Saturday event here in West Bengal around these 2 mega rallies, one by Shubhendu Adhikari, another by Abhishek Banerjee, and you can see that what kind of a crowd has emerged in the Shubhendu Adhikari's rally in Diamond Harbour. We have shown it live on Republic Bangla, that in spite of several obstructions in several places, reportedly inside the Diamond Harbour constituency, where Shubhendu Adhikari addressed a meeting just a few minutes ago. He ended his speech. BJP workers, BJP leadership, while they were on their way towards that meeting in Diamond Harbour, they were being obstructed. There were several road blockades being reported from several places. Even the Asansol South MLA of BJP.
Because I also have Dilip Ghosh of the BJP joining us on the phone. And Ishan Dev, for a second, Dilip Ghosh जी, यहाँ पे क्या हुआ कोंटाई में, और ये जो बिल्डअप हो रही है यहाँ पे बंगाल में ahead of Abhishek Banerjee's rally and ahead of Shubhendu Adhikari's rally, यहाँ पे क्या हुआ कोंटाई में?
देखिए, आज दोनों पार्टी का 2 बड़ी रैली थी और 2 बड़े नेता उसमें उपस्थित थे। अभिषेक बनर्जी एमपी महामंत्री है, वो शुभेंदु बाबू का घर के 170 किलोमीटर दूर सभा कर रहे हैं और पीसफुली पूरा प्रशासन के लेकर के सब कुछ हो रहा है, कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है। और शुभेंदु बाबू जहां जाके डायमंड हार्बर में सभा कर रहे हैं, वहां सुबह से सारा रास्ता ब्लॉक कर दिया गया टीएमसी की तरफ से कि कोई गाड़ी ना आ पाए, कोई पब्लिक ना आ पाए, और जगह जगह मारपीट, गाड़ी तोड़ना, बसें तोड़ना, ये सब चल रहा है जितना संभव बीजेपी को रोकने के लिए। तो इतनी डरी हुई टीएमसी लगता है कि जिस प्रकार भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त है, पब्लिक अगर आ जाए पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा। लोकतंत्र नहीं है, विरोधियों में कोई जगह नहीं है, और गुंडागर्दी हिंसा चरम पर है। ये जो स्थिति है ये सबके सामने उजागर हो गया है, और इसी स्थिति से बंगाल गुजर रही है। और इसी बीच में टीएमसी का बूथ अध्यक्ष के घर में सुबह बम ब्लास्ट हुआ, 3 लोग मरे। तो रोज कहीं पे बम ब्लास्ट हो रही है, बंदूक चल रही है, गोली चल रही है, लोग मर रहे हैं, और ये लोग अपना नेता और पार्टी बचाने में लगे हैं।
यहाँ पे स्पेसिफिक एलिगेशन है कि इस घर में बॉम्ब्स बनाया जा रहा था। आपके पास कुछ एविडेंस है, कुछ डिटेल्स है इसके बारे में?
जी बिल्कुल, वही है खबर। हाँ, और इसके पहले आप देख लीजिए, पिछले 1-2 महीना से हर रोज बम ब्लास्ट हो रही है, और संयोग से सारे टीएमसी नेता के घर में हो रही, या तो वो लोग इसमें लिप्त है। इतना भयंकर ब्लास्ट हुआ है, पूरा घर ही उड़ गया है। इसके पहले एक पंचायत प्रधान टीएमसी का, उनका घर में ब्लास्ट हुआ, कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा था, उसमें 2 मिस्त्री उनका बड़े बुरी तरह घायल हुए, और जगह जगह हो रहा है। कोई कानून व्यवस्था नहीं है, मुख्यमंत्री खुद परेशान है पार्टी से और सरकार से, कानून व्यवस्था चरमरा गया है। तो इस परिस्थिति में और ये बीजेपी को रोकने में सारा शक्ति लगा दी इन लोग।
हाँ जी, thank you. That's Dilip Ghosh of the BJP. Thank you, Dilip Ghosh. Let me go back to Ishan Dev to get more details. Ishan Dev, what time? First of all, tell us a little bit more about these 2 rallies. In fact, they may not be linked. The explosion, we don't have any details of that. But the fact that both leaders are taking the fight to each other's bastion. Shubhendu is going to Diamond Harbour, which is Abhishek Banerjee's bastion. Abhishek Banerjee is going to Shubhendu's bastion, right? What is the underlying message? What are they trying to do?
Niranjan, this is ahead of the Panchayat polls, and ahead of the Panchayat polls, Shubhendu Adhikari, one of the prime faces of BJP in West Bengal, and Abhishek Banerjee, undoubtedly the second in command in TMC, they are challenging each other ahead of the Panchayat polls. And Shubhendu Adhikari held his rally, his mega rally in Abhishek Banerjee's own constituency, Diamond Harbour today. On the other hand, Abhishek Banerjee held his rally at Kontai, which is just the venue of the meeting is just 170 meters away from Shubhendu Adhikari's home. So this was the So this was the scenario there in Kontai and in Diamond Harbour. But while the BJP supporters, BJP workers and BJP leadership were on their way towards the venue of Shubhendu Adhikari's meeting in Diamond Harbour Lighthouse ground, at the time, there were reports of many road blockades around the place, and even not only the BJP workers and supporters, even the BJP State General Secretary and Asansol South MLA Agnimitra Paul was also stopped.
Okay, Ishan, you just gather your breath there. Okay,
Sorry.
Ishan. Yeah, you gather your breath there, Ishan. Thank you for joining us with those inputs. Those are pictures coming in from Purba Medinipur in Bengal, where there was an explosion at the house of a TMC leader. 3 people have died. The BJP claims it's linked to bombs that were being assembled in that leader's house. We will have to wait for more details on that. It's a Republic TV special report from Kerala. The Virinjam seaport has seen massive violence and protest in the last few weeks. Now, Republic TV's special investigation team sends us this report on what is going on in this town of Kerala, very close to Thiruvananthapuram, where even the government in Kerala believes there is a role of outside forces. Take a look.
Virinjam port has seen massive protests. There has been violence. So I reached onto the ground at Virinjam in Thiruvananthapuram to probe the genesis of these protests. Republic TV has accessed a document. It's a letterhead that was created back in 2014. Now this letterhead is of Virinjam Mother Port Action Council. Now this letterhead is an organization, a collective organization that has been formed in support of the Virinjam port. And now what is very interesting is to note that the headquarters of this particular organization was at the Archbishop's house. That means the Latin Catholic Church Archbishop House was in fact the headquarters of that organization which was formed in support of the port.
Any priest or any church people got money, they can easily find out. Now they say we are terrorist people. Let them prove it. We are not terrorists. See, because of hungry, because we have nowhere to lay down our head, that makes us terrorists, not any other thing.
I spoke to Father Ignatius, whose number was listed on the letterhead. He tried to say that there was never full support for the port by the Latin Catholic Church.
2006-7. I am sure that is before when my predecessor was the director. That time just planning that M.V. Raghavan was the minister, and he had the idea. So everyone is inquiring about the idea and searching for the news and the possibilities that and how it is affecting, how it will be the impact of the people. So difference of opinion was there in the diocese. The diocese officially was not part of it. Differences of opinion was there.
Between 2006 and 2013, the Latin Catholic Church was in fact in support of the project largely. After 2013, the church shifted their stance. They went to the top courts in the country against the project. They filed an appeal in the National Green Tribunal. In 2016, the NGT dismissed all the petitions that was filed against the port and gave a clear chit to conduct the port and make this port. In fact, some of the leading scientists I spoke to are confident that there will not be any detrimental impact because of the port.
Vizhinjam port location itself kind of a very ideal location where port can be located and it cannot cause anything on the neighboring shoreline. It cannot. Not at all possible.
But those protesting and linked to the Latin Catholic Church claim that attacks were made by the pro-port protesters and even by the police.
Some of the youth, when they were returning home, they were blocked, they were put into a Milma booth, they were beaten up thoroughly. We also did not say that the project should be totally quashed or stopped. This was well planned. This was a premeditated agenda. On 26th itself, why the law and order situation was not maintained by the police?
The Adani, in its submission to the Kerala High Court, has stated that the state government is not able to do much in terms of protecting the facility and they need central forces to be deployed. The state government has also, in fact, is in coherence with the demand and has stated that the state police has been working very diligently, however, has ensured that there is no bloodshed and also do not resort to any kind of incidences that lead to police firing and loss of life at the Vizhinjam port site.
This is a special report sent by Ashwin Nandakumar from Kerala. We're tracking that story closely, in fact, because the protests haven't ended. We'll take a short break now on Republic TV. When we come back, all the action from the election battleground, countdown to phase 2, which is on Monday, which will be the final phase of the elections in Gujarat. And more on the fight between the BJP and the Congress party and Azad, Ghulam Nabi Azad. There is an attempt by the Congress party to try and belittle Azad in Jammu and Kashmir. Getting you all the details.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
Noora, did you receive some gifts from Noora, did you receive gifts? Noora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. Noora, did you receive gifts on occasion of the Sheikh? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
As Gujarat goes to polls, live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat.
A big political fight has emerged after the Congress party's Rahul Gandhi attempted to question the BJP and RSS by saying they don't chant Jai Shri Ram, that they chant Jai Shri Ram rather, and not Jai Siya Ram because they don't respect Sita. The BJP responded to the Congress party, advising it to resolve its internal tussles first, then give lectures. The Jai Siya Ram controversy, one of the big talking points today with both the BJP and the Congress sparring on it. Reactions coming back to back on that story. Stay tuned. We'll tell you all about the protests ongoing at the Hyderabad University. Stay tuned.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना,
वो सपना जो बुना तुझे लगा गुनगुना।
कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
इसलिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, सपने आपके, लैमिनेट्स हमारा। अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
Nora, did you receive some gifts from Nora, did you receive gifts? Nora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. Nora, did you receive gifts on Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora.
स्मृति ईरानी आई है, महिला शक्ति की बार बार बात होती है. कैसा माहौल यहाँ नजर आ रहा है?
जी 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 बिल्कुल अच्छा माहौल है यहाँ पर. महिलाओं के लिए खूब अच्छा काम किया है मोदी साहब ने, इसलिए महिला को भी उत्साहित है यहाँ की.
कोई कह रहे हैं कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी का भी कुछ असर रहेगा.
कौन आम आदमी पार्टी, कौन कांग्रेस? मात्र
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam. Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunyas.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunyas slogans have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Dear viewers, it's good to see you. As you know, I don't do pre-film release interviews. We don't do much of the coverage of cinema. But there are some things which really we must talk about. I love biopics. I love stories about people who can inspire. I love documentary style as well as fictionalized accounts of inspirational leaders, whether they be political leaders, legendary personalities, people from the world of art, and particularly something I identify with closely, entrepreneurs. There is something magical about the story of entrepreneurs which is lost if you just look at it in terms of an Excel sheet, or you look at it in terms of their profit and loss sheet. It doesn't tell the story. The real story comes alive in different ways, and which is why it is my great pleasure to tell you more about the people in the studio here. But before that, let me tell you what this film is about. As you can see behind me, the film is called Vijay Anand. Vijay Anand, ladies and gentlemen. And this film is a biopic, the story of Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar. Vijay Sankeshwar starts from scratch and now runs and owns and builds India's largest logistics company called the VRL Group. The true magic of this group is not in its commercials, it's not in its valuation, it's not in what it's valued in the stock exchange, but really it's in terms of the legacy and the effort and what Vijay Sankeshwar, from his humble origins, the challenges he faced and what he went through, his family went through, everyone else. So, and I'm deeply privileged to know this family. And it's a great pleasure to welcome into the studio my friend, if I can call him, Dr. Anand Sankeshwar, who besides running VRL also is the producer of the film. So thank you very much, Anand. By the way, congratulations. I think it's a great thing you're doing by making a movie on your dad. And I'd also like to introduce everyone else who is with me here in the studio. Nihal Rajput, who is the actor who's playing the role of Padma Shri Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar.
Namaste, sir. How are you?
Well, I'm very well. It's great to see you. Great.
Big fan of you.
Well, we are all fans of Vijay Sankeshwar, right? So that's what brings us together. And we have Siri Prahalad, who is playing the role of Lalita Sankeshwar.
Namaste,
and very well. She's Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar's wife in the film.
So it feels surreal to just be here and watch you like this.
Well, I mean, this is what these are one of those chance encounters where we all come together for one purpose.
Thank you.
And our purpose is to make sure the story goes to the maximum number of people. And Bharat Popanna, upcoming actor out here, who's playing the role of Anand Sankeshwar. So, does he have the beard in the film, or?
This look is for my next film, sir.
For your next film. You're already on to your next.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, to those who don't know, and there'll be few who don't know, tell us a little about your father and why this film has been made. We already know what you have achieved in business, but there must be something else which is behind this.
Before I start, sir, I would like to congratulate you personally, the way you have taken Republic with the scratch, and it is also one of the inspiring story for so many millions of youth, like what you have created, a brand Republic.
Thank you.
And my dear friend and elder brother to me.
Thank you, Anand. It's so kind of you to say that. Kind of you. Now tell me about your dad, and tell me, for people who would want to know why they should see the film,
yes,
what is the story you want to tell?
Yes. So like here the journey starts in the movie from 1950, from his birth. So 76 he decides to come out of a family business. He has 5 brothers and my grandfather, all are into same business of publishing textbooks and guides and the dictionary that time. So like one fine day he decides everyone should not be in the same family business, something which I will do, something which is unstoppable. So that's how the VRL Vijay Anand road lines. Vijay Anand means Vijay is my dad and me Anand when I was 1 year.
Wow.
So with that humble beginning he started, and 78 he adds a second truck. Lot of struggle, lot of hard work, lot of dedication, lot of so traveling. So until 90, 91, 92, there were about 100, 120 trucks in the company. From there, slowly I stepped into the business along with my father.
Which year is that?
91, sir. 91. Okay. When I was college going. So now from then to now, we are happy to say largest logistics in the country with more than 5,000 vehicles. This year we are adding further 1,600 vehicles, 1,300 Tata vehicles and 300 Ashok Leyland. And ours is basically a general parcel carrying. Per day we handle more than 10,000 metric ton parcels, and connecting from Kashmir to Kanyakumari.
You built a really big company, but many people build big companies.
Yes.
But there must be something else to the story of this.
Yeah.
What is it that is unique about your father's story? You know, I watched this riveting 3-minute trailer of the film, and it shows the struggle beyond all odds to build the largest logistics company in the country. So what is the story you're trying to convey?
See, 99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured in the movie. And behind this, like if you look at the industry attrition, one example, it's more than 20% at admin level or at marketing level. But over here in our company, it's less than 1%. That's what our employer-employee relation is so strong bonding, and thanks to our employees whose contribution also is great in building up of this company. Even today, like most of the seniors are in our company working very actively. That's what.
Why should a young person watch this film?
Yes, sir.
What is the story here? I mean, there has to be something else.
Yes,
there has to be the magic of it.
Yes,
Why
sir.
should a young person watch the film?
First of all, sir, I'm a real big fan of Padma Shri Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar, sir. I also belong from the same hometown, which is Hubli, Dharwad. We have been grown up, watching and hearing about Vijay sir from my dad, from everyone, the way he has come from scratch. Okay, sir, it is actually next to impossible to create one empire, but he's not created just one empire. He's been creating a legacy, recreating their legacies. That means, creating an ethical business at this point of time is very tough. And this is for all the entrepreneurs out there, who wants to go and achieve something, who wants to have that Vijay inside them, who wants to achieve something in life. This is that film. And, when it...
I have this picture. Is this a picture?
This is, yes, sir. This is how Vijay Sankeshwar sir is.
Can I hold it up for you?
Yes, sir.
So viewers, let's have a look at how much he looks like him. Hold this next to you.
You can
hold
see
this next to you. No, hold it next. Let the camera capture that. I think it's a pretty fitting likeness.
Yeah, yes,
fantastic. Well done. Yes.
I had to put on 22 kgs for the character. And sir, more than anything, this is all about his journey, about his life. All the ups and downs of an entrepreneur. Usually, सब लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि okay, बहुत बड़ा business है, बहुत बड़ा businessman है. But they don't know what to create that empire, how much an entrepreneur goes through. To take a salary it is easy, but to create that revenue for that salary is the most toughest part. And today what has happened is all the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight, but they don't want to face the difficulties. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. You need to struggle for that. You need to work hard for that. And I had planned, I am a big fan of sir. So me and the director Rishika Sharma, she is the youngest female director from Canada. So हम लोग गए sir के पास, like before even meeting sir, 6 months we had.
How long back was this?
So 2019.
Okay.
2019 we planned that मतलब आज तक कोई भी कनाडा से बायोपिक नहीं बनी है. तो me and Rishika we planned we have to do it on Vijay sir, as it is more inspiring. Then 6 months we did a research before even meeting sir, and then we, one fine day I called Vijay sir and I said, sir, namaste, my name is so and so, Nihal, and we wanted to meet you. He's like, regarding, sir, we want to make a film on you. There was 1 second silence and he started laughing. He's like, I'm not a film actor, neither am I a sports person. Why is it you people want to make a film on him? I'm just doing my normal job. Means he's so humble and down to earth that, I said to him, sir, you don't know that you have been inspiring millions of youngsters like me. Please give us an opportunity, sir. So he was very kind enough. Sir called us. वो मतलब 10 minute की एक meeting का time slot दिया गया था, sir. The best part is, we were like so, asking questions to him like, sir, ये क्या है, वो क्या है? And तो 10 minute की जो meeting थी, that went on up till 8 to 9 hours.
Wow.
From there the story began, and Anand Sankeshwar sir, probably it was the 8th or 9th draft of the film when we were discussing it to Vijay sir. The sir was like, okay, who is the producer of the cinema? You look fair, you have money. I said, sir, I look fair, we don't have money. We're all struggling actors now. We had a small set of investors through which we wanted to raise the fund and do this film. Sir, I still remember that dialogue. Sir is so kind, he said, this age creative burden is fine, but at this age financial burden is not. If you people are okay, we want to get into cinema industry, which is coming from VRL film production. And that Anand Sankeshwar sir, came in as a producer. Sir, here I'm sitting in front of you in Republic today. It's like a dream come true. All thanks to my producer Anand sir.
Oh, amazing.
And we're all young bunch of talents, sir. This is my second cinema as an actor.
No, I'm sure. See, you struck me with what you said there. I'll tell you, Nihal.
Sir.
everybody wants to nowadays do a startup, and within 5 days they want 1,000 crore valuation. Within 2 days they want to be a unicorn. I think now there is in the market, as you all know, there's a sense of realism, viewers. I want to talk about it. People are realizing this, it's more than valuation. You need to build value.
Yeah.
You need to build ethics in a business. You don't, it's not about making money all the time, you know. So I think the message for I'm taking away from this is that a business is built over decades. And there's a lot of hard work. I mean, you cannot get into entrepreneurship with this crazy idea of becoming a head of a unicorn overnight.
Yes, sir.
So I think realism comes in.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I also have a Dharwad connection. Because you mentioned, you know, in 2000, when I was working, you know, at that time in NDTV, and I went on a fellowship to Cambridge University.
Okay.
To write a book, and 2001, and my funding was done by the DC Pavate Foundation, which is based from Dharwad. And I was taken to Karnataka University in Dharwad for a talk later. So I have this strong connect. I have to say thank you to the Dharwad based foundation for giving me the opportunity to study at Cambridge and be a fellow there. But now
I'm also from the same university.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I've been to the university. What a beautiful campus. So Siri, you know, some time back in this studio itself, I had Madhavan with me, and Madhavan came with the great Nambi Narayan.
Yes.
And you know, we spoke about that film, and Madhavan told me that a lot in the film was about the family also, how the family was targeted.
True.
So you are playing the role of Lalita Sankeshwar, Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar's wife. Can you tell me a little bit more about how the family, its role, its struggle, if at all, has been depicted in this film?
Yes, sir. Like you rightly said, it is. A lot of people know about VRL, a lot of people also know about Vijay sir and Anand sir, but they really don't know that the family that they come from and the kind of challenges they had to face as a family. So somewhere when that side is shown, Lalita ma'am plays a major part there, because they had everything. They had an established business of BG Sankeshwar sir, but they leave all of that and they come on to a new city to start this logistics business. It was ma'am who stood by sir in all his ups and downs. When somebody is on to achieving something, and when they go out of the house and they're, you know, traveling and day and night they're working, when they come back home, you need that strong support system. And also I strongly believe it's Lalita ma'am's huge contribution in upbringing of the children. Today we have someone like Anand sir amongst us with great family values and ethics, and somewhere it's Lalita ma'am's upbringing that has you know, really raised him in this manner today. And I'm very happy to be playing that part on screen. Like Nihal sir was telling, they are all known for their ethical business. So the whole family stands by it. Today when we meet them, we really don't feel like they have built this huge empire. They are so grounded, they're so humble, and they're such good human beings. And I have personally learnt a lot in this journey, and that is where Lalita ma'am plays a huge part.
Did you speak to her, get a chance to interact?
Yes, I had got an opportunity to interact with her, and it was wonderful getting to hear the stories from her side, because she just told me an incident where in the 70s and 80s, where sir was onto this business, and he would leave the house at 5 in the morning, come back at 2:33 in the night, and they had recently moved to a new city, so they did not know anyone. Ma'am had 4 children, and people would always question her, what is he onto? Is he doing some illegal business that we don't even get to see him? So at that time, facing all of those, facing people, still putting up a strong front and standing by sir, I think it's amazing. And sir always tells, he gives a lot of credit to ma'am that she's always stood by him. Back then he was not able to give much of family time, but now I feel really nice when I see him take ma'am everywhere. And he tells that, you know, in a way he's making up for all the time that he has missed with ma'am, and he credits her so much. And I still remember when sir received Padma Shri, it was ma'am who was clapping like this.
Oh, wow.
And ma'am was so happy. And definitely, like they say, behind every successful man there is a woman.
It's like your whole life is fulfilled.
Definitely,
in that moment, right?
Definitely.
I think you're also very privileged to be playing this role.
100%, sir, and we are all newcomers. It's my 3rd film, and we are all here with just big dreams and getting right opportunities, and opportunities like this, which is of such a big canvas, and to be playing a part like Lalita ma'am, and now it's a pan-India film and it's coming in all the languages. It's a worldwide release and we are sitting here in front of you. I think it's a great opportunity, and definitely I truly believe this is a story that needs to be told about Vijay sir and Anand sir to inspire all the youth out there. And we are very, very happy that it's Kannada's first biopic, but this is just the beginning.
But it's also being released in many languages.
All 5 languages.
I think the best part is, Siri and Nehal, is that,
Yes, sir.
by the way, viewers, this is the first ever Kannada biopic. It is releasing in Kannada, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil and Malayalam. And it's releasing on 9th December worldwide. 1,500 screens in India, 350 worldwide. And I do hope that, by the word of mouth, that people get to know about this film, because we must experiment. I mean, it's not always the singing and running behind the trees kind of movies which need to do well. By the way, we all know that tastes are changing. People are watching different kinds of films, and you need to show the reality. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of drama and fiction in it, but you need to show the reality. Now, you're playing a very interesting role here, Bharat, because you're playing Anand.
Yes.
Now, what I feel is what people say about, from the little I know of Anand, this guy is incredibly hardworking.
True, sir.
He's very distinctive. He's totally focused.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he's taken it upon himself to take his family's legacy forward.
Yeah.
And the most, what the cynics say about business families, one generation does well, second generation can't do well so easily.
Yeah.
And they say very few families, 3 generations take the graph upwards. And in the case of this family, I think what is wonderful is that 3 generations are taking it forward.
Yeah.
So how is it playing the role, and did you get to understand this man well? Because it must be so difficult for him to carry the weight of his father's legacy on his shoulders.
True. 100%.
It's not easy, right? So how was it for you? And
So before I start, big fan of your work, and
thank you.
The true voice of India, sir.
Yes. So kind of.
And
not many politicians think so. Don't say this in front of the Shiv Sena guys, the Uddhav faction. Anyway, that's on a lighter note. Yeah.
It's a great honor to be representing Dr. Anand Sankeshwar, sir. This is my second film, sir, and for someone like me, it's a very big opportunity, at the same time very big responsibility. As the title says, sir, Vijay and Anand. It's an inspiring journey of father and son. It's a bond between them, how they built an empire together. And Vijay sir keeps saying that he's very proud to have a son like Anand sir. At the same time, I have not seen anybody who respects his father, who considers his father as a role model. And sir, we have been promoting this film in different cities, sir, starting from Ahmedabad, Delhi, many places. I have met the associates working with Anand sir, and I could see the amount of respect they have towards Anand sir. Most of them were 25 to 45 years of experience. And when I asked them, what made you to stay in this company for so long? They were like, this is my 3rd or 4th job, and this is going to be my permanent job. They're not willing to change the company because he takes care of them like his own family. So that's the amount of love they have towards Anand sir. And today he is in a great position, managing the entire largest logistics company of India. And he's very, very simple, very down to earth, and he respects each and every one. And for me, it's a great privilege to be representing him on screen, sir.
Anand, what he said about the respect you have for your father, and your father's endorsement is the biggest endorsement that you can get, isn't it? I mean, because he has built this business from ground up.
Yeah.
And I think another reason why I'd say people should watch this film, I keep looking around, Anand. We look for Western icons in everything, unfortunately. But I feel that the Indian icons are the ones we need to speak about. One person I admire greatly, I've not met him personally, but I'd love to, is Sridhar Vembu of the Zoho Corporation. And what I find when I speak about someone like him, he has $1 billion revenue, but his lifestyle, the way he is, the way he runs his company. So I think your company too, you need to have the best in the world. You can compete with the best in the world, Global standards, but Indian values, right?
Very true.
So is that true that the way we don't need to look for role models outside? How do the Googles and Amazons run the company? We have our own Indian style of running companies.
You are absolutely right. So the same.
Would you like to talk a little bit about that? Is that reflected in the film somewhere, not just the struggle?
Definitely, it has been reflected, sir, and more. Even like not hampering with the emotions or with any other, like even if you look at the songs, how it has been made, you can just add to that on the same values of to your question.
Oh, okay.
The same thing, sir. There are a lot of achievers in our India. There are a lot of achievers who have done phenomenal things, like in their own sectors, be it business, be it cinema, be it politics, or be it many other fields. These are the kind of films which we have to portray and we have to show it to the audience. Reason being, cinema is that only one medium which directly hits your heart. Right, so these are the films which has to be seen by all the youth, because they also can get inspired and they can also
100%. But has this film been seen in its length? Did your father see the film? क्या सबसे बड़ा the $1 million question यही है कि आपके पिताजी ने खुद ये पिक्चर देखी? क्या वो एडिट टेबल पे बैठे? क्या वो शॉर्ट्स देखा कि कब दिखाई उनको पिक्चर?
एक
गेस्ट अपीयरेंस भी नहीं है?
1.5 महीना पहला दिखाया तो some fine tuning was there to be frank. So थोड़ा बहुत उसमें करके then we went to, ज़्यादा नहीं, थोड़ा बहुत जो उनको लग रहा था कि ऐसा because as Nihal was explaining about he has built this VR completely on ethical basis. What you rightly mentioned, completely ethically, and there is no shortcut for success. And like another to quote another example, our IPO. When we got listed in 2015, thanks to our investor circle, the issue was like oversubscribed 74 times.
Correct.
Today we are seeing like there are 70 times, 80 times, 100 times. But if we go back 6-7 years before, even 10 times, 2 times oversubscribing was a challenge. Those days ours was because of that brand goodwill. What has been
also another important thing, it took 39 years from the inception of your company till you went public.
Yes.
You were private for 39 years.
Right.
So you were not here to go public and make money overnight. You built value over 30. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Very true, sir.
Everybody wants to have a startup idea today, investor tomorrow, valuation day after, exit on the 4th day.
Yes.
And I keep saying, if you want to exit the company, why do you build it?
Exactly.
I keep hearing about founders who say, Siri, now, I'll tell you, I want to launch the company and I want to exit. If you built the company to exit, that you're not associated with the company.
Right.
So I think there's a wonderful story.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited about this?
Sir, to be honest, like exam likha hai maine. We have written our all exams. December 9th ko results hai. I know that I have done good, but it is left to the janta how they.
What about you, sir?
Very excited, sir. At the same time, there's a lot of sense of responsibility as well, because through this film we are already put on the map, and I'm sure everybody will be waiting what we will do next. And because we've played roles of such legendary people on screen, and I just want to add one thing about the entrepreneurs you were telling about these days. What I have personally seen in their journey is not just they did not give up till they reached their goal. After achieving a certain amount of success as well, they really are not giving up. They're still working consistently, and that perseverance that they have, and that the way they're working hard is something that we truly have to draw inspiration from, because like we all are like Monday to Friday we work, Saturday, Sunday we want to chill, but they work in such a way that they enjoy their work. They don't feel like taking a break, and that they don't give up even after achieving success. That is something that we all need to draw from them.
There's one word which defines it: tenacity.
Yes,
tenacity.
definitely.
You're tenacious.
Yes.
Well, all the best to you.
Thank you.
And this was a happy coincidence that we could meet.
Yes, sir.
I really wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing it myself.
Really, we appreciate in such a short this one.
Yes.
Please don't embarrass me.
We heartfully thank you for your time.
Please don't do that. It's great to meet friends. So this film is releasing on 9th December worldwide. I've started seeing films post-COVID now. I just saw Uchai recently, and now I look forward to seeing this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.
झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झांके हैरत से ये आंखें, अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे, ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे। झांके झरोखे से झांके, देख के दंग है छोटे बड़े सारे, झांके रे झांके हर कोई ताके, तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके, झांके रे झांके झरोखे से झांके।
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadha that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan.
स्मृति ईरानी आई है, महिला शक्ति की बार बार बात होती है, कैसा माहौल यहाँ नजर आ रहा है?
जी 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 बिल्कुल अच्छा माहौल है यहाँ पर। महिलाओं के लिए खूब अच्छा काम किया है मोदी साहब ने, इसलिए महिला को भी उत्साहित है यहाँ की।
कोई कह रहे हैं कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी का भी कुछ असर रहेगा?
कौन आम आदमी पार्टी, कौन कांग्रेस?
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Noora, did you receive some gifts from Noora, did you receive gifts? Noora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. Noora, did you receive gifts on Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
A very good evening. Thank you for staying with us here on Republic. First, it was the Ravan attack, and now it is the attack over Jai Shri Ram. What is the Congress party's larger game plan? And is Rahul Gandhi a Chunavi Hindu, much like the BJP says? And what will be the impact of this controversy over the upcoming Gujarat elections, also the MCD elections in Delhi? We track that story and much more. First up, the headlines on Top of 5. On Bharat Jodo, Rahul Gandhi says the BJP and the RSS do not respect Sita and hence they say Jai Shri Ram instead of Jai Siya Ram.
अपनी सरकार में एफिडेविट दे डाला कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, तब राहुल गांधी खामोश क्यों बैठे थे? क्या वो भी षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा थे?
BJP hits back hard, calling him a seasonal Hindu, says at least now Rahul Gandhi is taking Lord Ram's name. Political parties give a final push in the last day of campaigning ahead of Gujarat's second phase of polling. Three people are killed in a bomb explosion outside TMC booth president's residence in Bengal's East Midnapur. BJP alleges TMC booth president was making bombs as the blast comes ahead of Shubhendu Adhikari and Abhishek Banerjee's rallies. Republic accesses NIFIR in the Mangaluru blast case. Sharik booked under UAPA among other sections. Planned to murder several people. First up, let's get you this update coming in from West Bengal, where a bomb explosion has been reported just outside a local TMC leader, Rajkumar Manna's house. Now, what we can tell you is that 3 people have reportedly died in this explosion. Rajkumar Manna is the local vice president here of the TMC. He is also the booth president. The incident coming ahead of rallies of Abhishek Banerjee and Shubhendu Adhikari. Shubhendu has in fact accused the TMC of bomb making.
अरे 100 से गाड़ी तोड़ा, हमारी 50 से ज्यादा कार्यकर्ता को गंभीर चोट आया, 6 को कलकत्ता रेफर करना पड़ा, और भी 100-150 कार्यकर्ता को हमारी महिला मोर्चा का कार्यकर्ता के ऊपर हमला हुआ, अभी भी एक लापता है। 20,000 से ज्यादा वर्कर को ये लोग रोक दिया। हमारी एमएलए अंबिका राय का गाड़ी तोड़ा, बंकिम घोष जी का गाड़ी तोड़ा, अग्निमित्रा पाल, अर्चना मजुमदार, अरुणवती जी हमारी जीएस है, अर्चना जी, सजल घोष हमारी खूब सीनियर लीडर है। सबको पूरा इतना गलत तरीके से ये लोग हरकत किया, ये कोई डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन डिटेन कर सकता है, फर्जी मामला बंगाल के कल्चर है, लेकिन ये लोग सेफ्टी के लिए लेकर गया, रेस्क्यू करके जो सिचुएशन हुआ था रेस्क्यू करने का था। हम लोग बात करेगा, हमारी डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रेसिडेंट थाना में जाएगी, हम लोग ऊपर बात करेगा चीफ सेक्रेटरी से, होम सेक्रेटरी से। काम नहीं होगा तो मांडे कोर्ट में बेल पिटीशन होगा, क्या दिक्कत है। और हम लोग का जेल जाने के लिए, अत्याचारी सरकार को खत्म करने के लिए, जेल जाने के लिए और मामला लेने के लिए, मेरा ऊपर तो 26 हो गया, 100 हो जाएगा कुछ दिन के अंदर। मुझे उसका ट्रैफिक वायलेशन का फाइन भी दे दिया, मैं कल डाल दिया लाल बाजार में। ये इसमें ममता बनर्जी हम लोग का सिर नहीं झुका सकते हैं। इसको उखाड़ फेंकने का मंत्र के साथ एक डबल इंजन सरकार, राष्ट्रवादी सरकार और प्रो पीपुल सरकार, जिसका मार्गदर्शक होगा मोदी जी, वो सरकार करने के लिए हम लोग माने जितना भी कोशिश करना चाहिए उतना कोशिश हम लोग करेंगे।
देखिए ये तो नेचुरल बात है, क्योंकि आज हमारे इधर पश्चिम बंगाल में कोई इंडस्ट्री नहीं है। जो इंडस्ट्री है वो है बम का इंडस्ट्री, आर्म्स का इंडस्ट्री। यही तो है हमारे कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री, बम बनाने का। आज 4 लोगों का मृत्यु हुआ है और इसको लेकर भी तृणमूल राजनीति कर रहे कि भाजपा ने ये किया है। तो अगर हम लोग ही किया है तो हम लोग ही बोल रहे हैं ना, एनआईए इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो। डर किस बात का है? जो किया है इसको उसका सामने आए, बंगाल के लोग जानना चाहते हैं। तो हम लोग एलओपी भी बोले हैं, हमारे प्रदेश सभापति भी बोले हैं, एनआईए इन्वेस्टिगेशन हम लोग को चाहिए कि कौन ये बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट किया है और इतना बॉम्ब कहाँ से इतना बॉम्ब आ रहा है पश्चिम बंगाल में। कल भांगड़ में आप देखे लाखों का आर्म्स कॉन्फिस्केट हुआ है। तो हम लोग को समझ में आ रहा है कि ममता बनर्जी किसको लेकर आज पंचायत वोट कराएंगे। साधारण नागरिक तो उनके साथ नहीं है, उनके साथ है पुलिस प्रशासन और ये बॉम्ब और ये आर्म्स।
So those are back-to-back reactions that have come in from the BJP, but also let's get in more details on what we know about the incident so far and where does the investigation lead to. Ishan Dev, my colleague from our sister network, Republic Bangla, is joining us live. Ishan, thank you for joining us here. What do we know about the incident per se and the investigations? And what about the identity of these people who've been killed? Has the local police said absolutely anything?
Well, Dipti, as Agnimitra Paul and Shubhendu Adhikari were saying, you have listened to them that this explosion took place last night, and at least three died in this incident. And the villagers on live in Republic Bangla has claimed, the villagers in that particular village have claimed that all these people belong to Trinamool and they were local office bearers of TMC even. And what is notable here, Dipti, Abhishek Banerjee today, he had a rally there in East Midnapur district, in which district itself this explosion happened. And while Abhishek Banerjee was on his way from Kolkata to Kontai, which is in East Midnapur, he stopped over at a village which is named as Marishda. He went there to see that how is the situation of development in Marishda. But this explosion spot is just 45 minutes away, just 28 kilometers away from the spot where Abhishek Banerjee stopped over. But he did not go to this village to see the family of the deceased TMC workers, the TMC workers who died in the explosion last night, 3 workers. He did not even go to the village to see the situation, to see the family members of the TMC workers. So the questions are being raised by the political analysts and the whole political spectrum, that when Abhishek Banerjee is visiting the same district where the explosion happened last night and it claimed 3 lives, Abhishek Banerjee stopped over at Marishda village, which is just 28 kilometers from the spot of explosion, but he did not go to the spot of explosion to see the family members of the deceased. So this is the situation here, and as ahead of the panchayat polls, the political atmosphere is getting intensified. So the situation is like this here, and the heated exchanges are also there around this incident here. Dipti.
All right, Ishan, I think those are important details that you're sharing with us, but it's important for the investigative agency to get down to the bottom of this, because who was making this bomb? What was the intention? Who was the target? Those are important questions, Ishan, and we trust you to keep us ahead on that story. For the moment, thank you. And from West Bengal, we are now shifting our focus to what's been happening in Gujarat. Remember, it's a high-pitched campaign, and you have the who's who of the BJP who are on ground zero as we build up to what happens in the second phase of polling, that is on the 5th. So what really are the core issues this time around? What has Smriti Irani said? Let's bring up this exclusive conversation with our colleague Srishti from Republic Bharat.
देखिए, राम का नाम जो अभी अभी लेना शुरू कर रहे हैं, उनको पहले तो इस देश के हिंदुओं को बताना पड़ेगा कि जब उनकी माताजी सोनिया जी ने अपनी सरकार में एफिडेविट दे डाला कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, तब राहुल गांधी खामोश क्यों बैठे थे? क्या वो भी षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा थे? उनकी चुप्पी ये बतलाती है कि यही उनकी धारणा थी। 2 बार लगातार लोकसभा का चुनाव हारने के बाद अब राम के भक्त बने हैं। और जहाँ तक श्री शब्द का इस्तेमाल है, कोई भी हिंदू जानता है, सनातन धर्म में मानने वाला जानता है कि हमारे धर्म में किसी भी चीज़ की शुभ शुरुआत के लिए हम जैसे ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः कहते हैं, श्री लक्ष्मी का प्रतीक है। तो पता नहीं किसने उनको सनातन धर्म की अचानक इतनी जानकारी दी है, शायद ये जानकारी ना दी हो। तो अगर वो नहीं चाहते कि माँ के उस स्वरूप की पूजा करे हिंदू, तो आकर हिंदुओं को बताए। लेकिन अगर सनातन धर्म के प्रति उनकी अचानक इतनी श्रद्धा जागी है, तो कृपया ये तो बता दें कि यात्रा में गौ हत्यारे के साथ क्यों घूम रहे थे। और प्रभु राम की जहाँ तक बात है, तो हम कहते हैं, राम जी ने तो स्वयं कहा उनके, हम बार बार यही अपने बच्चों को सिखाते हैं कि जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी, मतलब मेरी जननी जन्मभूमि स्वर्ग से महान है। ये प्रभु राम का स्वयं कथन है। तो अगर वाकई में राहुल जी प्रभु राम को मानते हैं, जिन्होंने जन्मभूमि को स्वर्ग से महान कहा, तो राहुल जी यात्रा ऐसे व्यक्ति के साथ क्यों निकाल रहे हैं जो भारत के टुकड़े होने का नारा दे चुका है और आज उनकी यात्रा में उनके साथ डफली बजा रहा है।
बिल्कुल, आप देख रही हैं कि किस तरीके से भारत जोड़ो यात्रा चल रही है, लेकिन गुजरात में
टूटा है क्या भारत?
उनका ये कहना है कि हम जोड़ने की कोशिश
नहीं, उनकी पार्टी टूटी है, उनके प्रति लोगों का विश्वास टूटा है, इसलिए यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं।
अच्छा, गुजरात में
कांग्रेस खोजो यात्रा है, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा नहीं है।
So you just heard the Union Minister Smriti Irani there, and let's shift our focus now to what's been happening as far as the war of words between the BJP and the Congress is concerned. N number of insults that you have seen almost every election season. Remember, this is nothing new. But now there is also a Karnataka Congress leader. His name is V.S. Ugrappa, who's actually compared the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur. And when he was asked that if he is willing to apologize, will he take back those comments? He says, absolutely not. I do not think I've said anything wrong. Will the Congress party act against this man? Or is this just normalization of such abuses this election season? So he's the leader that you see on your screens. This is just days ahead of the polling for the second phase of the Gujarat elections now. That you have this Congress leader who's also a former member of parliament, and he now goes on to say that the Prime Minister, in fact he's compared the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur. The BJP has hit back at this leader and the Congress, and we are in fact just standing by to get you this politician live right now. In fact, we are just trying to get him live so that we can ask him questions that a lot of you have also been asking, that what is the need to get down to abuses? Do such abuses help the Congress party? Remember, there is a whole list of these abuses that have been charged and used against the Prime Minister almost in every election season. So why is the Congress party resorting to this kind of gali politics is a question again and again that is asked of the party. All right, I'm told that the Karnataka Congress leader V.S. Ugrappa and a former MP is in fact joining us live right now. Mr. Ugrappa, good evening, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening, my dear friend. Hello.
Sir, you are a former member of parliament. You're a former member of parliament, sir. We've all heard that snippet where you go on to call the Prime Minister Bhasmasur. Can you tell me that what is the need for this gali politics? Is this the best way that the Congress believes it can win elections?
Hello.
Can you hear us, sir?
Hello. Hello.
So
Hello.
I just in fact checked if you could hear me, but the moment I asked you a question, sir, can you hear us?
My dear friend, there is a disturbances from your side.
We'll just try to patch you again, sir, and apologies. We'll just fix that line because I think it's important to hear what he might even end up saying, because n number of times where the Congress party has used these insults against the Prime Minister, they have gone ahead to justify those insults. Leave aside the question of apology. They continue to do it every day. And you would recall that the Prime Minister, while he was campaigning in Gujarat, has actually again and again spoken about this. And he says, no matter what, you can keep abusing me, you can keep abusing the BJP, but he said that the people are watching all this. The Karnataka Congress leader V.S. Ugrappa, who actually compared the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur, is back with us, sir. Can you hear us better this time? Sir, can you hear us?
Hello. Hello. My dear friend, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, sir. Can you also hear me?
Hello. Yeah, now I can hear you. Good evening, my dear friend.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. I want to know, why did you compare the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Go on, sir. All right, so I'm not very sure whether that audio line is clear or not, or the Neta is just trying to avoid us. But remember, we will try to keep connecting with him. It's important, as I said, to ask why he believes that Gali politics is the best way that the Congress has right now to win any election. After Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani runs down the third highest civilian award, the Padma Bhushan, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party now has written to the president demanding an apology. His party said that the J&K Congress chief insulted the awardees. After the Congress, the National Conference is also raising doubts on Padma Bhushan award, taking a dig at the centre. Sheikh Bashir, who's the National Conference Provisional Secretary, says the government has belittled the importance of awards.
मेरा ख्याल है कि अवार्ड को डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन हुकूमतों ने ऐसा सिचुएशन किया कि इन अवार्ड्स की अहमियत ही कम कर दी है। ये मैं कहता हूँ, अवार्ड्स जो हैं वो प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनैलिटीज़, राधा कृष्णन साहब थे या बहुत से लोग थे, मौलाना अबुल कलाम आज़ाद साहब थे या APJ कलाम साहब हैं, तो अब इसमें पॉलिटिक्स आ गया है, तो इस अवार्ड की अहमियत को ख़त्म कर रहे हैं ये लोग। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इस अवार्ड की अहमियत को रहने देना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये कुछ ख़ास लोग ही होते हैं जिनको ये दिया जाता है। इसको ना डिस्कस करें तो अच्छी बात है।
Hindu seer Jitendranan Saraswati has filed an application in the Supreme Court seeking an intervention in the matter related to forced religious conversion. He has contended that forced conversion would destroy the Hindu civilization and directed the centre to take stringent steps to control the same. It's a big development on the Mangaluru blast probe. The Karnataka police now have formally handed the case to the NIA, and the bomber Sharik has given a statement to the cops on his financial funding, and he was also quizzed by the NIA on the same. As the countdown to the second phase of the Gujarat polls has begun, Union Minister Smriti Irani headed a massive road show earlier in Gujarat's Modasa today. Hundreds of supporters were seen participating in the same. The Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister will be holding 3 rallies in Ahmedabad today. The BJP's rallies coming ahead of the second and the last phase of the crucial Gujarat polls. Mega SI raids are underway across 12 locations in Kashmir. These are Srinagar, Bandipora, Badgaon, Kupwara and other districts. The Chief of the Naval Staff flagged off a mega bike rally in the national capital. This is coming after Indian Navy bikers team embarked on a 1500-kilometer running expedition through 7 northeastern states. Let's put our focus back on the Gali politics that we have seen this election. Since I'm told the Karnataka Congress leader, Mr. V.S. Ugrappa, the former MP, is also joining us once again on the broadcast. Sir, good evening. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, can you tell us why did you call the Prime Minister Bhasmasur?
See, as you know, in Hindi mythology, there is a story called Mohini Bhasmasura. So, in which with the grace of Lord Shiva, so that Bhasmasura had a power to destroy anything and everything by putting his hand on it, as he likes. But it was using by him for bad things, and was detrimental to the civilized society. Similarly, our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, because of his misrule, because of his attitude, so I called him as a Adhunika Bhasmasura. Even when I was in Parliament in 2019 January, so I called him as a Adhunika Duryodhana because of his arrogancy. See, now, why I am giving reasons why I called him as Adhunika Bhasmasura. So in fact, in our country, so there are about 14.89 lakh schools in our country, out of which 10 lakhs, 22,000 lakh schools, government schools are there. So in fact, in these schools, 22 crores, 56 lakh students are studying. So for them, Mr. Modi has ordered to stop giving scholarships, which is detrimental to the future of those boys and also the detrimental to the future of this country. As you are aware, during our regime, the constitution was amended and we have made a provision stating that Article 21 providing a right to education, so which has become a fundamental right. Thereby, we have been providing free education from 1st standard to 8th standard. But unfortunately, Mr. Modi, so now he has stopped the scholarships of these SC, ST, OBC and minorities. So it is nothing but a attitude of Bhasmasura, because he always says that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vignan and social justice. Why he has stopped? You know why scholarships have been given to the SC, ST, OBC and other sections. Even as for the provisions of Article 330 to 342 and read with Article 16 of the Constitution, wherein there are many provisions which says that government has to stake. So also in directive principles of the state policy, government has to take steps to encourage the people. In fact, when 1947, the literacy rate was hardly around 11%. Now it has gone up to 78 or 79%. Why? Because of our facilities extended by the union government as well as the state government's concern. In fact, see, as you are aware, our Prime Minister had given all sorts of promises. So first, that he is going to bring back block money and distribute the same to the poor people at the rate of 15 lakhs for family. So he will curb the corruption and knuckly notes, etc. Even in that, he spoke many things on that. He failed to do so. So in fact, now GDP has gone down to 6.6 or 6.9. So which is a clear indication that when he speaks, though that department or that section will be vanished, or it will be a loss to the country and all. Similarly, he had promised that he is going to create 2 crores of jobs every year for the youth. But he failed even in that. Not only that, in the other hand, so due to pandemic and misrule of Mr. Modi, so we lost more than 13 crores jobs. So similarly, he had promised that he is going to bring back the prices of petrol, diesel, gas and other commodities which are very much
Mr. Ugrappa, sir,
for
can
the
you hear me?
day-to-day life of the people. But he failed to do so. In the other hand, the prices have gone up. Consequently, the people's life became miserable. So in fact, now he has
Mr.
ordered,
Ugrappa, sir, can you hear me?
Cancelling the scholarship and other things for the student. So in the other hand, in fact, it is very, very important. You have to see the priority for this government. So in fact, Mr. Modi's government, during 2017 to 2021, he has written off about 10 lakh crores of corporate personalities. Take for example, see this ABJ shipyards, they had taken loan of 1,865. So he has written off, his government has waived off entire 1,865 crores. Similarly, Rio Agro Limited, that company had taken 3 lakhs.
Mr. Ugrappa, can you hear us now?
904 crores, 3,904 crores, wherein, so in fact, this government has waived off 2,717 crores. Win some diamonds. Yeah, I can.
Mr.
Hello?
Ugrappa, you've been speaking,
Hello?
sir, for the last few minutes.
Can you hear me, my dear friend?
This is not a platform, sir, for your speech. With due respect to you.
Yeah, tell me,
now,
please.
you are obviously justifying a lot of things. I think you have a prepared
Madam, I know.
statement, sir, that
Madam,
you're reading
my
from.
dear friend.
I just want to tell you one little thing.
Yeah, my dear
I've just
friend,
Googled. No, 1 second, sir. Please take a question. Please take a question,
dear
sir.
friend, please.
Please take a question.
My dear
Bhasmasur is an asur or a demon who was granted the power to burn up and immediately turn into ashes anyone whose head he touched with his hand. Can you tell me something that you can have differences? You're a political party, you can have n number of political differences. But why resort to Gali politics?
See, listen. See, my dear friend, please listen to me first. I know the freedom of expression, freedom of press, and I am very, very clear. You have taken a wakalat of Bharatiya Janata Party, I have no objection. But the attitude of Mr. Modi, as a responsible person, I am telling you, because of his attitude, the Indian economy has been destroyed. The employment of youth has been destroyed. The prices have gone up. So
you can talk about
now
unemployment,
Mr.
you
Modi
can talk
has
of
been trying
inflation,
his
sir.
best
You can
to
talk of any
destroy
other
the
scheme
future.
that you believe that the government is not doing justice to.
Yes,
my limited point to you, sir, is why to resort to Gali politics. That's it.
My dear friend, please listen to me. Please listen to me. You know why he has ordered, when he has written off 10 lakh crores of some corporate personalities. So students requires only few thousand crores for their scholarships, which he has ordered not to give the scholarships to the SC,
So will you
ST,
apologize?
OBC and minority children.
Because you know you
It is
obviously
nothing but
want to
attitude
duck
of
those questions.
Basma
You have a
Sura. That
prepared
is why-
statement you're reading
that-
from that. I just want to ask you the last question. Will you apologize for your Gali politics?
My dear friend, please listen to me. Miss, I am sorry, my dear friend, please listen to me. I am not reading any statement. I am a practicing lawyer. You should know your limitations. See, you have taken a wakalat of Bharatiya Janata Party. You are talking rubbish. Don't talk rubbish. If you want to ask any question, you ask.
1 second. Sir,
you should.
I didn't know that abusers come so naturally to you, sir. But I will still extend that courtesy. Because you are a former member of parliament, sir.
My dear,
you're a former member of parliament,
you are
sir.
telling that I am reading
you
a
say you have an illustrated career. I just want to know that what is the compulsion that come any election you will resort to gali politics? Why use galis? Why use abuses?
No, see, listen. No. See, I am not abusing. I made it very, very clear. Because of his policies and programs, many things are destroying. That is why I have used that he is a Adunika Basmasura. Even when I was in parliament, I had used he is a Adunika Duryodhana. Because of his arrogancy, because of his attitude. I have no grounds against him. My grounds is against his attitude, against his policies and programs. So because of his policies and programs, the future of the children is going to be destroyed. That is my anxiety. That is why I used. What is wrong in it? Please tell me.
Okay,
see,
so I don't know. You're obviously caught in a spot today because you can't justify that. Why do you have to make your differences known to someone by using galis? Not the first time you have a Congress neta who's used a gali and justified it. But we leave it there only for want of time, sir. Thank you for speaking to us on Republic.
Okay, thank you, my dear.
Nora, did you receive some gifts from Nora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. Nora, did you receive gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute
all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP.
For more than 40 long years, Pakistan considered Afghanistan to be its backyard. And it is these visions of Afghanistan which led to this grand strategy of strategic depth. Pakistan has for long considered Afghanistan its fifth province. Now therein lies a problem. Pakistan took money from the CIA and innocent Afghans were converted into the world's most fearsome militia called the Taliban. Blood has flown like water in Afghanistan most of the times thanks to Pakistan. Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan. Come, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace. And this is one of the stories that I'm going to pick up today and talk to you about. Hi, I'm Major Gauravari and you're watching Checkmate. Friends, Pakistan, as I mentioned, has considered Afghanistan to be its backyard. It holds the keys to the doors of Afghanistan, and if you look at this map, you will see how Afghanistan is a landlocked country, and there are only two ingress points by sea. One is Iran and the other one is Pakistan now. Iran has been blacklisted by almost anybody and everybody. It has massive sanctions from the West. To trade with Iran is like calling for a death wish. So what do people do? What do people do who want to reach Afghanistan and Central Asia by sea? They go to Pakistan.